The stage is set for the District 4A championship game between the number 1 seeded Bartlett Panthers and the number 2 seeded Arlington Tigers. These two teams split the season series, both winning on each other's home courts. This rivalry game means more than just basketball. Brent Lyons and Jake Stoop will bring you the action tonight. The girls basketball district championship cage fight between the Tigers and the Panthers is next on AHS Tiger Live.
Good evening, Memphis basketball fans, and welcome to this year's 2022 edition of the 4A District 15 Women's Basketball Championships. I'm Brent Lyons alongside Jake Stoop. How are you feeling about tonight, Jake?
I'm feeling so great. I love this matchup between Arlington and Bartlett. Anytime they can come together, and this is a matchup we've seen twice before, and it's delivered both times.
Yes, of course. And speaking of delivery, we have 4 key players, 2 for each team. So, Jake, you want to get us started on the Bartlett side?
Yeah, a key player for Bartlett that you have to look at in this game is Mallory Collier. She is the center for Bartlett. She is awesome. She is 6'5". She averages 13 points a game and 8 rebounds. I mean, this is a girl that jumps out to you on the stat sheet. She is a Miss Basketball for TSSAA nominee. So this girl is out there when it comes to state ranking as well. So I love watching this girl in Collier.
And another key player for the Bartlett Panthers is going to be Kennedy Claybrook. She averages 9 points a game along with 3 rebounds and around 4 assists. She's really going to be one of these key players. And another interesting thing about her is she is the number 1 Memphis-ranked girls basketball recruit for the 2023 college basketball season. So we have a lot of talent out here tonight for the Bartlett side. But on the Arlington side, what do you kind of got on that?
Yeah, Taylor Dupree is going to be guarding Mallory Collier, so I love this matchup that we're going to see between them. And Taylor Dupree is 6'4", and she averages 9 points a game and 7 rebounds. So when you're comparing who is good on both sides when it comes to down low in the paint, you've got Taylor Dupree for Arlington's side. I'm going to love watching her play in this game.
And speaking of matchups, we have another one down here. Lindsay Long is going to be matched up with Clay Brooks, the old Arlington guard. Lindsay Long averages 12 points a game along with 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. She is really everywhere on this court. She's really the heart and soul of this Arlington team, kind of the leader, if you could say, of this Arlington roster. And speaking of rosters, we're going to go straight into the starting lineups. So starting with Bartlett, Jake, I think you got that for us.
Yeah, starting with Bartlett, we've got Kennedy Claybrooks. She averages 9.2 points per game. She is number 11 for this Bartlett team. She just jumps out on the stat sheet for you. You've got number 1, Maya Pratcher. She is a 6'1" senior small forward, another one of these seniors they're going to have to watch out for. Number 5, Carrington Jones. She is a sophomore forward who is 5'8". You've got Nevaeh Scott, the shooter of the bunch. She is the shooting guard, 5'7" junior right there. And then you've got the big man down low, Mallory Collier. She is a 6'5" junior center.
And now switching over to your Arlington Tigers side, you have Lindsay Long leading the guard side, number 12. She averages 12 points a game. Next is going to be Tierney Kelsey. She's number 10, averaging 10 points a game. Brittany Wells, she wears number 4. She averages 9, along with Taylor Dupree, who also averages 9. She wears number 22. And then Kiana Coburn is number 40. She averages 4 points a game. So really a very level Arlington starting roster.
Yeah, and when you look at Arlington's roster, you have to think about who they lost. They lost Bria Hampton, who is an Austin Peay commit, arguably one of the best players on this team. Losing her and not having her for this key game in the district championship, it's going to really hurt them if they get out rebounding, because that's something that she did really well.
100%, and they actually lost her when they played here last time. So we're kind of going to see. We're going to kind of see the impact of this injury right here, right now, because she was a key part of their game last time, and when she kind of went out, it kind of leveled out a little bit for them. So speaking of kind of impact players, we're going to think of impact things it takes for teams to win the game. What do you think it's going to take for Bartlett to pull this game out?
For Bartlett, I mean, we already talked about Collier. Something she's going to have to do well is rebound the basketball. And the first time these teams match up, they had 52 team rebounds when they won that game by 17, and then the game where they lost at their home court, they only had 30 rebounds. I mean, that stat jumps out to you on the stat sheet, and that's something that they have to control if they want to control the pace of this game.
Yeah, and keys to win for Arlington is going to be intensity. They're going to have to play like their backs against the wall, like they're the underdog here, and like they need to prove something if they want to win this game. They always like to play with a lot of intensity, but it's going to take everything they got to win this game tonight.
Yes, and in an intense game like this, you're going to see a lot of turnovers, you're going to see a lot of steals and a lot of blocks. And both teams are going to have to limit turnovers in a rivalry game like this in the championship. The third matchup of the season, these teams already know what each other plays like. They know the best players of each team. So you're going to see a lot of that sloppy basketball, but it's going to be really intense and really fun to watch as a fan.
Yeah, and speaking of the matchups they've already had, they are tied at 1-1 in the series. So and one game was a blowout, one game was close, Arlington's win being the close of the two. So we're going to have to see if Arlington can find a way to kind of stick around, especially without Brianna Hampton, and kind of play their cards right in order to get this W.
And in that game, I mean, they were down for the majority of the game, and at the end of that game, they got a couple clutch rebounds. As we talked about that rebound battle, they have to continue to get those rebounds because that's what ultimately helped them pull that win out in Bartlett.
Yeah, and if you really looking at this game, you kind of have to think about like what key players are going to step up. We've already talked about kind of the key players that we think, but it's going to take more than just them. It's going to take the entire team if they want to pull something like this off, both teams, because they're both rarely evenly matched. If you look at the stats, like they have lots of players that kind of offset each other. So it's going to be really interesting to see the surprise players that come out of this game and kind of make a huge difference. Maybe players that don't get talked about as much, but still have their chance to shine on this stage and take advantage of it.
And, I mean, when you look at both these rosters, both rosters have depth. I mean, it's just next man up mentality for both. When Hampton went out, you had Coburn come in, who is also a senior. I mean, you need a reliable senior come in for this team, and they have won ever since. I don't think they've lost another game since then besides the Collierville game. But other than that, Kiana Coburn has stepped up big time for this team.
And speaking of that Collierville game that they lost, they did make that up in the district tournament, obviously, but we're getting ready for tip-off here at the District 15 4A championship game between the Bartlett Panthers and the Arlington Tigers. Can't wait to get this one underway. Hopefully we have a great matchup here for you tonight as this game is about to tip off. And we're off as Arlington wins the tip, and it goes out to a Lindsey Long.
And Arlington setting up in a spread formation. They've got three people on the three-point line looking to get open shots.
And Brittany Wells is the one who's going to attempt the first three. It is short, though, but a good open shot. That's what you want if you're the Tigers. It is going to be Claybrooks taking it up now for Bartlett for their first possession of the game. Kicks it out to the corner to number 10, Nevaeh Scott. That one's off. 0 for 2 for threes combined to start the game. Hard fall on the floor there. Hard fall on the floor there for Arlington. It should be their ball side out. We're going to kick it over. We're going to kick it over to Coach Shapley's coach introduction here before we get too deep into this game. Take a look at what we've got here.
Yeah, Wes Shapley's story is well documented at this point. The former Arlington coach is highly credited for building up this powerhouse of the Ladies Tigers basketball program is today. The Bartlett graduate just couldn't say no, however, when the Ladies Panthers job opened up 2 years ago. With the season series between these two teams tied at 1 apiece, Shapley looks to win himself another district title in the very gym he once called home. And Shapley did it once before earlier in the season.
Yeah, that's another great coach's interview that we have. Right away, Bartlett gets on the board there to match Arlington's two-point attempt that they had during that coach's interview. As the turnover is committed by the Arlington Tigers, Bartlett will be in a fast break as Kennedy Claybrooks taking it up in a big-time block by Brittany Wells. Getting back in transition, making sure to stop the fast break.
And something we haven't talked about with the rebounding battle. The rebounding battle is totally going to dictate what these fast breaks looks like. Because you've seen up the last 3 possessions where they've been able to get a rebound and then go right on a fast break. That's going to be huge as you go into this game.
And we've already talked about Coach Shapley, the Bartlett head coach, but now we're going to take a look and talk about the Arlington coach, Coach Ashley Shields. She is a former WNBA champion in her second season as Arlington's head coach. Unlike last year, expectations for the season were very high as the Tigers are bringing back the core of a team that went to the postseason. As Arlington sits here ready to compete for a district title, it's safe to say that year 2 of Ashley Shields has lived up to the hype thus far. And we are going to see if she can complete the hype train by winning this District 15 championship here today against the Bartlett Panthers. Right now they're up 4-2 as Kennedy Claybrooks has the ball up top. She drives in. A foul is going to be called. It looks like it's going to be on a Lindsey Long for the block. Should be side out of bounds, though. A good take by Claybrooks is going to result in a foul on a Lindsey Long.
And going back to that shot by Collier, that's something that you haven't really seen from her in the past. She was able to hit that shot from the three-point line. It wasn't called a three. Her foot was on the line. That just shows her versatility as a big man down low. She can also spread the floor.
Speaking of three-point shots that do count, it is going to be number 10, Nevaeh Scott, who knocks down a 3. She's now 1 for 2. And it also shows, like what you're talking about with Collier, just the way that they are able to develop players during the season. It really is a testament to Coach Shapley's coaching that he is able to develop players and make them better in the course of a season. It was not long ago that we were here, and she was kind of just a 5 feet from the basket player. So being able to develop her shot all the way out there in such a short period of time is really a testament to his coaching and what they put together at Bartlett.
Oh, yes, I totally agree. And Bartlett is coming out attacking the basket. They've been able to attack the basket and kick for a three in Collier, but also they are attacking these big men here for Arlington. They obviously want to get them in foul trouble and allow Collier and Pratcher to work down low freely without having to worry about getting fouled and stuff like that.
And that is Maya Pratcher at the free throw line. She hits the first one, looking to make the 2-point free throw opportunity good, and she does, as the Bartlett Panthers will lead 9-2 early in this game. Arlington needs to get something going if they want to hang around, as it's going to be a Lindsay Long jumper from the left side is no good. Arlington runs back to get on defense as Claybrooks continues to direct this offense.
And still, you see both these teams love to play at the fast pace, but right now it's working out for Bartlett more than it is Arlington.
Maya Pratcher throws a little of an easy pass that goes out of bounds, as so does number 10, Tierney Kelsey, but they get it back. It's going to be...
And you see Brittany Wells got called for the travel there. What ball movement there by Arlington to be able to get down the floor and have an open layup opportunity. Just a little mistake from Wells on that drive. Just took too many steps. But for Arlington, that's a promising play there.
Two new sub-ins are going to come into the game. It's going to be number 33, Nelson, the 5'10 sophomore, subbing into the game, along with number 13 from Bartlett, Zoe Richter. She's a freshman at 5'7", so they're kind of giving a young player here for Bartlett a chance to show what she's got. A little layup inside the paint is good for the freshman who recently subbed in, and it's going to be a very quick timeout for Coach Shields as they're down 11-2 early in this game.
And Bartlett has everything going for them right now. As we said, they are attacking the rim and putting Arlington in a bad position, because you've had 2 fouls early in this game within 3 minutes, so that's something you don't want to do. So seeing them just attack the basket, it is obviously working, and they've been doing it off those fast breaks as well. Yeah,
and Arlington's going to have to do something with that steal total that we talked about, getting those out and getting out in transition, because right now Bartlett, like you said, is having their will on the score total, and it shows right now at 11-2. Arlington's only made 1 basket, so it's really going to take a lot of willpower and a lot of teamwork if Arlington wants to keep themselves in this game. And teamwork is kind of a lost commodity now. We don't really talk about it as much with this one-on-one game that lots of high school and college players like to play, but that's really what it's going to take if Arlington wants to stay in this game. Arlington has the ball on the left wing. It's Tierney Kelsey. She throws up a little floater that's going to get wedgied in the side of the rim, and that means that it goes to the Panthers off just a kind of throw-up shot. Not really any rhythm to that shot either, just kind of wanted to get something going, and it doesn't quite work out. It's going to be Bartlett ball once they can find a way to get the ball down, that is.
And what you've seen from Arlington, if you've been following them this season, they love to get out in transition and play at their own pace. And just get transition and fast break buckets. And so far this game, Bartlett has completely slowed that down. And that's why you're seeing this 9-point lead here for Bartlett. And if Arlington is not getting out in transition, they're not forcing turnovers, then this is going to be a scary game for the Tigers.
And there's nothing Coach Shields wants to see less than her team getting outworked here in the early goings of the team. In the early goings of the game, something they've been really good at is keeping games close for as long as possible. And that is not what they're doing so far, as number 10, Nevaeh Scott, knocks down her second 3 of the game. She is getting hot early after missing her first. She's going to be a big impact from the three-point line going forward in this game.
Yeah, Nevaeh Scott had 4 threes last time they matched up at Arlington High School. This girl, if you leave her open, you are going to pay for it. She is a deadly three-point shooter who is a little cocky too, giving Bartlett some momentum as they're on the offensive end.
And Kennedy Claybrooks, the main ball handler for Bartlett, is up top of the key, looking to get the offense going. She continues to work with it on Brittany Wells. She goes inside, looked like a block, but they call a foul. That's going to be on number 22, Taylor Dupree.
Looks like 33, Kiana Coburn, the sub-in for recent injury, Bria Hampton. And if you're looking at centers and big man down low, other than Dupree and Coburn, they don't have many pieces. So Bartlett's game plan so far this game is working. Driving the basketball, which opens up lanes for the three-point shot, which you've seen Nevaeh Scott hit 2 threes already. So everything on all cylinders is working so far for the Panthers.
And Claybrooks knocks down the first and the second free throw, extending the lead to 14 right now. Arlington's only got 1 basket to go so far. Brittany Wells trying to change that right now, directing the offense. It's going to be a foul on number 10, Nevaeh Scott. Just a basic reaching foul. Don't want to waste fouls on those, though. So Hopefully they can get that fixed, as 2 sub-ins are going to come in for the Bartlett Panthers, taking the place of what looks to be the shooting hand of Nevaeh Scott, and also I believe Mallory Collier is going to sit out. It's going to be number 5 and number 23, it appears, coming in for the Bartlett Panthers.
And Arlington is getting the ball around and getting a decent shot every single time, just unable to fall. If you're Arlington, you got to have these shots start to fall, because the role that Bartlett is on right now looks unstoppable.
Yeah, and Claybrooks is going to continue to direct this offense as she stays in, as their main ball handler kind of directing this offense, which has been unstoppable so far this game.
And I love watching Claybrooks play, leading this team with 7 assists a game. You've got to love this girl. That is why she is ranked the #1 2022 senior in this Memphis area. I love watching her play. She can shoot, she can pass. She's a great defender on the guard, like Brittany Wells, right, like she is here. She's a complete point guard. Colleges, you better watch out for this girl. She is very good.
Like you said, she is the #1 ranked Memphis recruit for the 2022 recruitment season, as she takes the ball up center court, hoping to direct this offense into another easy bucket. That shot's going to be off the right wing, and it's going to be a Lindsey Long in transition, hoping to get something going. No good on the 3-point attempt by number 10, Tierney Kelsey, but they get the offensive rebound out to Wells. That's also no good. They're still only at 1 shot made so far for the game. So hoping to get something going is the Arlington Tigers, as the Panthers are still rolling early on here with around 2 minutes to go in this game.
And this looks like a replay of last game. I love what Bartlett is doing here. They're playing man-to-man defense on this Arlington offense, and Arlington is also playing man-to-man defense. So Bartlett just playing better basketball all around on all cylinders right now.
And right now we're going to send it down to our man on the sideline, Roman Cleary. Roman, what do you have for us?
I guess I want to start with saying how much we're thankful for this opportunity to be able to broadcast tonight's district championships. I was going to hype this all up saying this is going to be a gauntlet matchup, see which team was truly better, but so far, just like the last time Bartlett came over here to Arlington, it has been all Panthers so far. Tigers got to contain the 3 ball if they want to get back into this one. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Roman, and yes, we are very grateful to be able to live stream this District 4A 15 Women's Championship for 2022, and just as you said it, we couldn't have said it any better. So far, it has been a smackdown for the Bartlett Panthers, up 16-2, with no really fight back from the Tigers so far, as Bartlett does miss an easier layup as they got open down low, and it is going to be Brittany Wells taking the ball back up for the Tigers, hoping they can get something else on the board before the end of the first quarter.
And Arlington is settling so much on these opportunities they have on the offensive end. They're getting down there. If they find an open shot, they're going to shoot it. Arlington needs to resort to moving the ball more and really just looking for those easy layups as you move the ball around when they're in this man-to-man defense.
And lots of opportunities there for the Tigers, but unable to convert on a single one of them. The ball is going to go back out to Nevaeh Scott, who drives it in for an easy layup. It is going to be 18-2 Bartlett Panthers, as it is all Nevaeh Scott early.
And Nevaeh Scott, who normally averages 10 points a game, has 8 early in this first quarter. She is such a great player on the defensive and offensive end. But Brittany Wells beats her on that play right there.
And just as you said, Brittany Wells beats her on that play to put Arlington's second bucket of the board into the scoring column for them. They are now down 18-4 in what has been an awful first quarter for the Arlington Tigers, but all smiles for the Bartlett Panthers, as they're kind of holding this clock out to maybe get the last shot off.
And as we wind down this first quarter, what Arlington needs to do coming back is they need to pick up the intensity as they have done at the end of the first quarter. Once they pick up the intensity on the man-to-man defense and really get in their face, they've been able to limit the shot creation that they've had on the offensive end. Just really need to up the intensity, as we said in pregame.
And that foul was on Briley Forehand, the recent sub-in, as there's 4.9 seconds left in this first quarter. Kennedy Claybrooks comes back into the game, maybe to get one last shot off here, assuming that she's going to be the one that gets it. She's not. Nevaeh Scott will get it. Instead, the hot hand, she pulls up from 3, tries to bank it, and that's no good. And they're just going to let the clock roll out to end the first quarter. I am Brent Lyons. This is Jake Stupid. It's 18-4. Your Bartlett Panthers are leading this game. We'll be right back on AHS Tiger Life after this short break.
Arlington High School. As one of the premier high schools in the state of Tennessee, Arlington High School is proud to be a place for everyone. Whether it be an academic focus with more than 60 honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses, an exploration into the outstanding career and technology programs, becoming a playmaker in a top competitive sports program, or excelling in the second-to-none PAVE Fine Arts Academy. Learn more about Arlington High School at www.acsk-12.org.
Welcome back to AHS Tiger Life. I'm Brent Lyons alongside Jake Stoop. AHS Tiger Life's coverage of the District 15 Women's Basketball Championship is brought to you in part by Little Caesars, now serving hot and ready pizzas every day from 4 until 7 p.m., located right on Airline Road here in Arlington. Brima Bakes. Do you have an upcoming event that needs a cake? Call Brima Bakes. Brima Bakes specializes in custom cakes, cupcakes, edible arrangements, cookies, and many more delectable delights. You can find Brima Bakes all on social media and with the email brimabakes@gmail.com. Arlington Community Schools. Think, create, achieve. Visit acsk-1212.org for more information. And we are welcoming you back to the beginning of the second quarter and what has been an onslaught so far for the Bartlett Panthers, up 18-4 over the Arlington Tigers, hoping that we get maybe a better second quarter from the Tigers, as we want to see, of course, the best matchup possible. It is the Tigers that have possession right now as they're trying to get something going inside, but that is no good, fighting for the rebound. It is going to go to number 42, Mallory Collier, the big man down low.
And the hustle there by the freshman, 5'5" freshman, Briley Forehand, to hustle for that rebound and get into the body of Collier led to that foul. That is her first foul. Look to get her in foul trouble early if you're Arlington.
Lindsay Long is looking for a pass, and she gets it. That's going to go to number 22, Taylor Dupree. She's going to pull up a three. Lindsay Long hits their first three of the game, and it's going to be 18-7 now, trying to get a little bit of momentum to start the second quarter.
And that is one of the many open shots that they've had so far in this first half of this game. But that one goes down, and you look to see Arlington get on a run here as they force Bartlett into a turnover. And that's something we talked about before the break. They need to turn up the intensity as they installed that full court press earlier in that second quarter.
And I think Claybrooks thought that Scott was going to go down there for a baseline cut, but she didn't quite get the memo, and so it's going to go out of bounds off Claybrooks, as Arlington is hoping to keep this early second quarter momentum going by scoring here quickly.
And Briley Forehand is on the sideline hurt right now. She is the one who got Collier that foul. Look to see if she's going to come back in this game. Looked like it was a lip issue.
It's going to be Brittany Wells taking it up, trying to get a handoff to number 10, Tierney Kelsey, and they're going to call a reach and foul on, I believe, Kennedy Claybrooks by the reaction that she gave. So that's going to be number 2 if it is on her. That's a little foul trouble you're going to have to look at, trying to keep her out, as she is one of their key players and their main ball handler for this game. So she is going to be a very important piece if they want to stay up like they are right now.
Yes, and that is 3 fouls. 3 fouls in a row for this Bartlett team. Arlington resorting to moving the ball more, and that is what led to these Bartlett foul calls.
Taylor Dupree gets the inside pass from Brittany Wells, makes do on it, and makes it 18-9. We're back down to a single-digit score lead.
And Dupree is ranked 6th in the Memphis area for 2022 recruits. What a center Arlington is able to have, fortunate to have here, and she's playing really good defense right now along with Coburn.
And I think that's going to be a 3-second violation on Collier, and it's going to go back to the Arlington Tigers, forcing lots of turnovers here to start the second quarter. So a quick change by Coach Shields has made all the difference so far to start this quarter for the Tigers, and we're noticing it so far as it is down to a 9-point lead.
Looks like Arlington is implementing this 2-screen action up at the top of the key, which allows the guard to choose what way they want to go, and then they can both roll the basket. So I love this new offense implemented by Coach Shields to try to get them more points on the board.
Kelsey thought about waiting for it to go out of bounds, decides not to. Missed layup by the Tigers as they try to get back on defense for this fast break opportunity, as Scott throws something up there, no good, but Collier is there for the rebound, and the hook shot, no good. It is tipped by number 41, Kiana Coburn, I believe.
Yeah, great defense there. Since coming out of that first quarter, Bartlett has not scored. Arlington able to go on a 5-0 run early in the second quarter, and that's coming from the defensive intensity.
There is a 3-point attempt by Claybrooks. Like we said, she is one of the main contributors for this Bartlett team, and you can see right there why she is oh so important to their success.
And that is going to be Claybrooks' second foul. A tripping call right there due to Brittany Wells' quickness and elusiveness on the outside. Brittany's a guard. She's a great passer. She has great vision, court vision. She can also get you an open shot when you need it. Brittany Wells and Kennedy Clairbrooks, this matchup is going to be interesting all game, but it looks like Clairbrooks might be going out early.
I believe Clairbrooks has 3 fouls, so they're really going to have to monitor her usage here in the second quarter, which is the perfect opportunity for Arlington to make a move here, as their main ball handler on the offensive side is now having to sit for a considerable amount of time. Brittany Wells is going to take it up top of the key, looking towards the left side. A foul is called on Arlington, offensive foul. I think it was a moving screen. They're going to give it back to the Panthers after another turnover by the Tigers.
And when you implement that 2-set front at the top of the key, that's something that's bound to happen when you're playing a team like Bartlett. They move a lot, and they're really scrappy on the defensive end, and sometimes they can sell calls like right there. Looked like Coburn was set, but just drew that foul.
Recent submits Jasmine Ross and Sydney Hurt for the Arlington Tigers, taking place of Kiana Coburn, trying to kind of implement a new kind of offense here, maybe in the absence of Kennedy Clairbrooks, maybe trying to get something going, and they're going to start it here with the Lindsey Long. Call a personal foul.
That's going to be another moving screen on Sydney Hurt. Arlington just playing undisciplined right now on the offensive end. They had the momentum. They were doing things on the offensive end, and they were capitalizing off those turnovers for Bartlett, but just unable to do those the last 2 possessions. 2 fouls, and they're now 1 away from the bonus, which would give Bartlett free throws.
And Kennedy Clairbrooks is subbed back in already with 3 fouls, so this is very interesting. They're going to have to keep her a little lax on the defense as Brittany Wells puts a man on the ground in this very fast-paced offense that they have running right now. And it's going to be a Lindsey Long for 3 as she knocks down another one. She now has 2 threes for the game, and it is all Lindsey Long and the Arlington Tigers right now as they are putting this momentum to practice right now.
And we knew those shots were going to start falling for Arlington due to their defensive intensity. Love this defense Arlington is playing that is allowing them to get open shots in transition.
And Clairbrooks misses a shot but gets her own rebound. That's why they always tell you to follow your shot, as they are going to set back up a Collier up top and find Clairbrooks on the wing. Give it back to Collier. No shot, but a foul is going to be called on number 34, Sydney Hurt.
And that's going to be her second foul. And as we talked about, the depth for these big men for Arlington, Sydney Hurt was your backup and one of your only guys that you can put in place of, let's say, Taylor Debris or Coburn. So seeing her have 2 fouls, seeing Dupree have 1 and Coburn have 1. For Arlington, for Bartlett, that looks good because you can continue to drive the ball to the basket, and that's what's worked for them so far.
And Clairbrooks is going to go back to the bench for number 23, Elise Williams. I feel like they're just trying to run her on the offense and get her out whenever they can on defense, trying to avoid fouls. That's going to be a shooting foul on number 10, Nevaeh Scott, so I believe that is her second foul as well. So their main shooters and ball handlers are getting into a lot of early foul trouble here. That's going to be very interesting, trying to keep themselves ahead in this game if you have to sit both of your main ball handlers.
And we talked about pregame how 2 teams that love to play really active defense, and it's a rivalry game, so they're going to be active, and her hands are going to be poking. They're going to try to get steals. That is what led to 12 early fouls in this first half. Both teams are looking to get free throws after the next foul, and that's something that we talked about, and it's really affected this game as it's been low scoring.
And Kennedy Clairbrooks is subbing back in again, so they're really trying to implement her on the offensive end on the floor while keeping her off the defensive end as much as they can.
And for Coach Shapley, I love keeping Clairbrooks in right now. You cannot afford to have her off the floor. She throws that beautiful dime to number 5, Carrington Jones. Love her court vision and passing as she averages 7 assists a game.
That is just a simple play of why she is so important to this Bartlett team, her being on the floor as she claps back on the defensive end, daring Wells to come at her as she does. An intense battle here as you see. Collier is going to get the block, but Arlington gets the board. Lindsey Long for 3 again. She knocks another one down. That is another 3 for Lindsey Long as she is on fire. They are only down 6 now as Arlington has fought all the way back from down 16 to make it a 6-point game here in the second quarter.
And Long returning the 3 ball with intense defense on Clairbrooks. She is matching up well with her right now. I love this energy that Arlington has. Those 3s definitely gave them an energy boost.
And they switched from having Wells on Clairbrooks to putting Long on Clairbrooks. A very intense matchup over there as they both are the leaders of their team, so that you know they have a lot of pride for their schools. As another turnover is forced by the Arlington Tigers. Out in fast break is Wells. Lindsey Long gets the rebound off the miss. It's no good, but Arlington fights for the rebound, and they're going to get it back. And another foul is called. We'll see who it's on. Looks to be a push. on the Bartlett Panthers. So free throws for the Arlington Tigers. That is not what you want if you're the Panthers right now.
No, not free throws yet. They got one more till they get in the bonus, but I believe that might be on Collier, and that is going to be her second foul. The big men for these teams are getting in foul trouble. And when you have those big men that are getting foul trouble, that means it's just going to be a more fast-paced game and more fouls and going small. So I love this for both teams.
Yeah, they called that foul on Maya Pratcher, but nonetheless, that is another big man that is getting in foul trouble. So that is not anything you want to see. Like Jake said, foul trouble is a big part of this game, and Bartlett is in a deep load of it early on in the second quarter. A huge block there by Mallory Collier just shows you how big she is on the defensive end as well as the offensive end, making another huge play, but they do call a foul. Not sure how I feel about that one, but nonetheless, Arlington will be going to the line as both teams now are in the bonus for the final 3 minutes of this half.
And ever since Arlington started moving the ball and looking for the best shot possible, they've been able to cut this lead to 6. And they missed a lot of shots in that first quarter. Once those shots started falling, that's where this lead has slowly crept down and down and down. I love Lindsey Long as well. As we said, she is number 5 in the city of Memphis for 2022 class. And she's been active offensively and defensively, looking for her shots and finding the basket really well.
And Jasmine Ross couldn't find the bottom of the net for the first one, but she gets the bottom of the net for the second one. So it is going to be 23-18. Panthers up over the Tigers as Collier is going to find a way into the paint, and a foul is going to be called. It will be shooting now for the rest of this quarter.
Mallory Collier picking her lunch with 34. Sydney Hurt. She is a 5'10 sophomore trying to match up against this 6'5 junior who actually has offers from schools like LSU, Clemson, Bama, Memphis, and North Carolina. So this girl is so good when you're comparing her to nationally ranked players, and she is picking her lunch with Sydney Hurt.
And that foul is going to be on Tierney Kelsey. I believe that is her first, though. So one of the players that you don't necessarily have to worry about being in foul trouble yet, but that could be an issue down the line if fouls continue. And now we're going to send you back down to Roman Cleary, our man on the sideline. Roman, what do you have for us now?
Well, first off, if I say anything that you guys have said about 500 times, I'm extremely sorry because I can hardly hear anything going on in the arena right now. But one thing I do have to say is that Arlington has been able to get back into it in the second half, and I think part of that has been the substitutions that Bartlett has been forced to make throughout the second quarter, particularly with Kennedy Claybrooks off of the floor. Bartlett's offense has just not been able to function without her as that point guard spot. So I think a big key for Arlington in the second half, if they want to get back into this game and win it, is to get Claybrooks in the foul trouble, keep her off the floor as much as possible. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Roman, for that insightful sideline report. Thank you so much for what you do for us. We are glad to have you on our team here tonight. And as you said, if they want to stay in this game, they're going to have to get Claybrooks in foul trouble and keep her off the court. Speaking of foul trouble, Lindsey Long has picked up her second foul of the game, so she is going to have to go to the bench for a quick rest right now, trying to keep her out of foul trouble as she has the hot hand for the Tigers. The ball is wildly out and loose right now, but it is going to go to Ross as she's trying to look for something, doesn't get it, and a backwards pass is thrown, and the ball is just all over the place right now. No one knows quite what is happening, but Ross ends up with it and inside for a layup. Somehow, Arlington finds a way to score, and it is a one-point game right now with Lindsey Long off the court for that possession.
And ever since the first quarter, this has been an 18-5 run for Arlington. Ever since they started implementing that full court press, they've been so active defensively.
And Brittany Wells gets the block right there. Claybrooks didn't like that, but instead of getting back and playing defense, she kind of dismayed the call. So maybe this game is just going to continue to get more intense as we see right now. Another foul is called. We're up to 10 fouls on the Tigers and 8 fouls on the... I'm not even sure what is happening right now.
It looks like she is going to get called on the wrap. She picked up the ball and then moved her elbows, which that's what you're taught to do in basketball. But the free space rule has not really been effective as of late, and at the college level as well. She moved her elbows and swung those, and that is what led to that foul call there for Bartlett, which puts them up to 8 in this first half.
This has been a crazy first half for sure, and we're hoping that the craziness continues on into the end of the first half and on to the second half. But right now, another foul is going to be called in what has been a ref-oriented game so far.
Looks like there's trouble at the scores table. It was supposed to be a 1-and-1, which is why I was confused. But it looks like it was an offensive foul, so there is no need for the one-on-one shots. Just confusion there at the scores table. But hopefully that didn't warrant a bucket there for the Arlington Tigers because of that mess up.
Well, we're going to try this again. Take 2, Arlington side out of bounds.
Same play.
Same play. Still gets it in, hoping to get a shot and take the lead. Their first of the game would be right here. Wells has the ball on the left wing. She's looking to drive inside, throws up a little floater, and it's good. Arlington takes the lead, 24-23 off the floater by Brittany Wells, as Bartlett is looking to find something to get going as they throw a little, what looked to be shot, ends up being a pass to number 13, Zoe Rixer, the freshman, who has 2 buckets now early in this game, kind of making her own little impact.
Yeah, Arlington and Bartlett just trading buckets right now. And for Tierney Kelsey, she is a fantastic shooter, but her shot selection just needs to improve. She has the shot when she's open, but the shots that she's taken so far have been off balance. She's had people in her face, in her eyes, because they know she can shoot. If you're Kelsey and if you're Arlington, if you're Coach Shields, you need to warrant her from shooting those shots, because those have just killed possessions here for the Tigers early.
And for the last minute of the game, it looks like we're going to get Claybrooks and Long back in the game, the 2 leaders of these squads, like we mentioned before, in what has turned into an intense matchup. If you're just joining us, it was 18-4 earlier on in this game, but Arlington has fought back to make it 25-24, even taking the lead at one point as Collier misses her own shot, gets the rebound, and puts it up for another easy layup to make it 27-24.
Look for Arlington to get some ball movement here. ISO with Brittany Wells is what has been working so far. They've been continuing to go back to it, and I love this play here for Wells. Just that drive right there was just a little bit out of control. But if you're Arlington, I'm taking Wells with that matchup all day.
And Arlington appears to be going into a half-court press right now, holding Claybrooks back, trying to keep her off the ball. This game is getting way more intense as it goes as she continues to throw her hands up in the air. Really, really intense on the defensive and offensive side of the ball right now. No part of this game that you can't say is at the max intensity, especially these fans have gotten into it as well towards the end of the second quarter. Holding it for the last shot is Nevaeh Scott as she goes for the shot. No good. Is going to go back to the Arlington Tigers, who will get the last shot of this game, willing they get the ball in bounds.
Arlington electing not to use a timeout here, but give the ball to Long on the shot.
Probably a bad shot selection there. She probably could have taken a better shot, had a little bit more time. But the Tigers do find a way to get back into this game. By the end of the second quarter, it is 27-24. Bartlett Panthers have the lead over the Arlington Tigers. We'll be back after this short break. Welcome back, Memphis basketball fans. Tonight we have a really good matchup for you so far. It is 27-24, Bartlett over Arlington. We're going to send you straight in to some Bartlett Panther highlights from the first half.
And most of these highlights are going to come from the first quarter because they did not do as much damage here in the second quarter. But you've got to notice the good work here by Nevaeh Scott, able to get so many three-point opportunities. And this is something that Arlington has seen before, just unable to guard her in the first quarter. And that is what led to that really big lead early.
And it has really been the big three of Claybrooks, Scott, and Collier, who has really done the bulk of this damage for the Bartlett Panthers. But next, we're going to go into some Arlington Tiger highlights. They have had a huge second quarter especially, so their highlights are going to be more towards the second quarter of this game. And the main person for that and the main reason for their comeback would be Lindsey Long. She's hit 3 threes in the first half of this game, which is an insane stat, along with Brittany Wells helping direct the offense. So they've really done a good job of staying calm and staying collective to get back into this game.
Yeah, and these upperclassmen here for Arlington and Long, Dupree, and Wells have really led the charge here in this game so far, at least in the second quarter. Long able to find her shot, find her rhythm that she could not find in the first quarter, and really able to get these big-time and clutch buckets, critical shots here for Arlington in the second.
Lions alongside Jake Stoop on AHS Tiger Life.
And we are back. We are going to cut to a coach interview by Coach Wes Shapley. He is the coach of the Bartlett girls basketball team. Let's see what he had to say about this game and his team.
We've had a good year. We've won a lot more than we've lost. I think we're 24-7 after our semifinal win, and we've beat a bunch of good teams, and the teams that have beat us have all been really good teams, and you hate to lose, but if you learn from it, it's good. And so overall we've had a good year, and hoping to continue the good things that we've done. Just kind of with us, we've had a lot of different moments throughout the year that have where I feel like we've made another turn, and it's not been like one turn and you're there, or two turns and you're there. It's been quite a bit of that, but from where we started, and then the things that we've kind of endured as a team, just within, and then, as well as other adversities that we've had to deal with, all of those things combined have, done a good job, making us one cohesive unit. We understand that it is a district championship, and, the winners, are in a certain situation, and the team that loses, they're in a different situation. So we understand that there are, repercussions for either outcome. But, again, my kids took the last game we played against them very personal, and it's kind of been a chip on their shoulder, which has been good, because we need to have that. And so, just them trying to come back in and prove that they're the better team, and prove like, hey, this is our time, that's a big deal for our kids. You're going to experience a lot more adversity this year than you think. And a lot more adversity this year than people understand and realize, just in terms of what athletic teams, face. But don't give up and don't let it get the best of you. There's going to be some hard days, and there's going to be some days where you may not, want to push through, but it's one of those things you got to keep going, and if you do, good things are going to be at the end waiting on you.
And as Shapley said, his team has had to battle through adversity this year. They took that loss personal when Arlington went there and beat them on their home court. But we're going to hear from Arlington's head coach, Ashley Shields, as she talks about this game as well as her team.
We pretty much just, been taking one game at a time, and just no matter what, obstacles thrown at us, we've been thinking positive and just having a positive mentality about everything. At the end of the day, it starts with us. As long as we're focused, as long as we're following the game plan, and we normally come out with a win. And so we definitely got to set the tone tonight and play our game and just stay focused all 4 quarters. And I know that, and I believe in my girls, and I know we can win. I would say the games we've lost, of course when you lose it brings you closer. I just know that it can either make you or break you. And, like I said, the experiences we have with the losses have been lessons for us. So it definitely didn't break us. It made us stronger. It made us bond more. And it made us understand each other even more as well. So we've always had a bond since day one. So I wouldn't say we never bonded or had a bond. No matter what, win or loss, our bond is, still remain. But like I said, with the lessons we've learned, it just taught us a lot. It made us stronger, and it just made us have an understanding with one another more than anything. So whatever team comes in our house, we always have to take care of home. So That's just the biggest thing. We want to, win. We want to come out being district champions, and we deserve it. And of course, it's not going to be easy at all. And so we prepare for it. We prepare for the fight, and we just got to go out there, like I said, once again, and just do the dirty work, and so we can come out on top. The keys is, like I said, once again, energy, just setting the tone, defense, communication, believing in one another, following the game plan, what we've been working on to get prepared for this. Just being coachable, listening, and just doing the little things, to get this win tonight. So just playing team basketball, playing together, and just following the game plan, I think we will be successful tonight.
And we're going to go straight to break here on AHS Tiger Life. We'll be right back after a short message.
It's here at Arlington Community Schools,
where we thrive on creativity. We take the scattered pieces
to build something great.
We work together to challenge ourselves
and each other, defining who we are and who we want to be.
We rely on technology to learn where we came from,
to see where we're going. We adapt
because we know there's a world of opportunity for all.
We thrive under pressure
to make our future great.
We are Arlington.
Think,
create,
achieve.
My graduation was something I will never forget. People like you and me sometimes may have doubts in ourselves, but I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at Finish Your Diploma.
Welcome back to AHS Tiger Life. I'm Brent Lyons alongside Jake Stoop, and we're going to get you right into the halftime stats that we've collected over the first half of this game. So really, it has been an evenly sided battle, but you wouldn't have known that if you just watched the first quarter, and you wouldn't have known that if you just watched the second quarter. But it is 27-24. Bartlett has the lead. But other than that, they've pretty much been even on both sides of the ball. Arlington has 3 steals, but Bartlett only has 2, but they make up for that in the blocks category, while Bartlett has 2 and Arlington only has 1. Assists are more even, whereas Arlington losing that battle 6-8, but it is still very even. So we are going to go back to our man on the sideline, Roman Cleary, as he has another sideline report for us. Roman, what you got down there?
Hey guys, what's going on? The second half about to get just underway in a few moments. Big time second half coming up. It looked like it was going to be a Bartlett blowout at the beginning, but Arlington stormed back in the second half, or the second quarter rather. And now it's going to be a true fight to the finish, a third and final battle in this 3-game gauntlet to determine who is truly the better team, and the winner is going to be the district champion. And I think whoever wins this game, it's going to be well deserved. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thank you, Roman, for another incredible sideline interview. And yes, like you said, it is going to be a really intense fight, just as we would hope it would be here. And we hoped at the end of the first quarter that Arlington would find a way to get back in it to make this game as intense as possible, because you always want to put your best talent out there on the line, especially when it's the district championship. You have a lot on the line, and you want to see the best talent displayed, and we have seen that so far tonight, as it is 27-24 Bartlett as we are about to be underway at the start of the third quarter. So, Jake, what do you think has to happen in order for Arlington to maybe stay in this game and for Bartlett to possibly get momentum back?
I think for Arlington, they need to rely on their playmakers. They need to rely on these people that have got them here in this position so far this season, like a Lindsey Long, Brittany Wells, and Taylor Dupree. This core 3 is so important when it comes down to games like this, rivalry games that are very intense. You got to rely on those 3 girls to get you buckets that you need.
Yeah, and it is going to come down to those 3, but hopefully we can see, like we said at the beginning of the game, some of the more lesser talked about players make a difference, because like we said, it will take teamwork, and it is going to take everyone playing their best and at their best effort in order to get this done. As we've seen, foul trouble has been a big key for both teams so far in the first half, so it is going to take some of those bench players that come back for these starters to kind of bring up the rear and get these starters where they need to be, so that they can keep themselves in this game, because it is not a one-man game. It is a full team effort, and we are going to see that here tonight for whoever wins the game.
And Bartlett early moving the ball and going straight to Collier, but great defense there by Coburn. That's the best defense we've seen from her so far in this game, able to block that shot from Collier. Collier looks uncomfortable early.
And if I'm Arlington, I'm trying to look to get Lindsey Long's momentum still going, because as we know, she hit 3 threes in the first half, and I kind of want to see if she can continue that hot streak going. But they do miss an easy reverse layup and another easy putback, and it does go back to the Panthers for Claybrooks to get an easy pass inside for another easy layup.
Yeah, and Claybrooks, you see there, she just pushed the pace, got on transition, and found the open Jones down on the block. I don't know whose man that was down low, but she was wide open. Great vision there, as we talked about by Claybrooks, to find the open woman.
I mean, and Claybrooks averages 5.3 assists a game, so she is no stranger to being able to find those hidden players, and this one was not hidden at all, but it was still an incredible pass there by Claybrooks, as a very good pass from Nevaeh Scott for a three from Claybrooks is good. So she's getting hot, knowing that she's going to have to do a lot, being in foul trouble, making up for lost time. It is 32-26 now, as that is Brittany Wells throwing up a three that is no good. Claybrooks pushing the pace now as Arlington is trying to get back. It's going to be a rebound that goes to Arlington, but they're going to call it sideline out of bounds off of Arlington, so it's going to go back to Claybrooks and the Panthers.
I mean, I love watching Claybrooks. I don't know about you, Brent, but the fans at home, you've got to love Claybrooks doing it all on both sides of the floor. Just being able to push the pace like that rebound you see there. She is just all over the floor conducting this offense, keeping Bartlett settled, because in that second quarter they got out in a hurry, they got out in transition, and that led to some turnovers. Great work here by Claybrooks.
And there's just so many players alike from both teams and both sides of the ball, and most players do things on both sides of the ball as well. As we see Collier gets the offensive rebound and puts it back in. That's just something she's so good at. And there's every fan, there's something to appreciate when watching these two teams play.
And again, the pass by Claybrooks, able to see that open man down low. What a pass there by Claybrooks again. And as we talk about this board battle, as we mentioned earlier in the game, Collier is owning Dupree on the rebounding battle. She has been able to get Dupree uncomfortable. She hasn't been in foul trouble, but the hands on Dupree have just been soft, and Collier's taking advantage of that.
And Lindsey Long got a nice block on Claybrooks right there. Bartlett does get another offensive rebound like we've talked about. The rebounding battle being so important, Bartlett has been on top of it to start the third quarter. It is going to be Arlington ball, though, as a foul is called on Bartlett.
For the Panthers, number 13.
Lindsey Long is going to pass it into Brittany Wells as she takes it up court, trying to get the offense going and keep this game close, as it is an 8-point Bartlett advantage.
Bartlett looking not to press, but to slow down the pace early in this third quarter. They're looking to get Arlington men make them make shots in the offensive end by slowing down the pace in this game. Good move there by Shapley just to see if Arlington can play with them if they're not getting out in transition and getting open buckets.
And Ross tried to sauce Nevaeh Scott, but it was to no avail, as Scott gets the steal, and they're back down on their side of the court looking to make it a double-digit lead once again. And it's going to be Collier for three. That's no good, but as we talked about earlier, she has expanded her shot range and is actually pulling up from three. So that is a big advantage for the Bartlett Panthers down the stretch, knowing that she is able to stretch the floor, at least to our knowledge so far, as a travel is going to be called on Brittany Wells. Pretty obvious right there. One of the easier calls we've seen so far this game.
And good defense there by Claybrooks, able to make Brittany stand up in the paint and just fall right back down and get that travel. Good work to Mallory Collier as well, just making her uncomfortable on the offensive end.
And right now, as a Lindsey Long gets the rebound, we're going to talk about our player making a difference, which just so happens to be a Lindsey Long. As we've talked about so far, she has made 3 threes. She's been on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, making a difference, leading the charge for this second quarter comeback for the Arlington Tigers. She is really going to be one of the key players, like we've mentioned, for Arlington to have a shot to win this game. And I don't think we could have named a better Arlington player making a difference than a Lindsey Long in this game.
Lindsey Long is looking for shots, but so far she has been forcing those. 2 in a row have been in the eye of a defender. Looking like in the halftime break, they wanted her to take more shots, but so far her shot selection could be a little better.
That is going to be a foul drawn by Maya Pratcher, so she is going to go to the line for 2. It is called on number 40, Keene Coburn. It'll be her second foul, I believe, as Claybrooks will take the ball up the left wing, moving it towards center court.
And give credit where credit's due. Bartlett playing one-on-one basketball with the pick and roll, setting screens, trying to see if Arlington can play with them. And looks like they're trying to drive the ball to get their bigs in foul trouble. Love this move by Shapley.
Claybrooks with a very good move, a very seasoned move, but the block by Arlington Coburn, it is still going to be Arlington ball. It is still going to be Bartlett ball, I'm sorry, but a good defensive effort by Coburn and the Arlington Tigers. Arlington looking to get the rebound. They end up with it after bobbling it around for a little bit, and Wells is going to take it up looking to score here early on in the third quarter. We're about midway through, as that shot just could not find the bottom of the bucket. Good look, good shot, just did not find it as it bounces off the rim a couple of times and falls out.
And Dupree usually averages 9 points a game, but so far she has 2, unable to get involved in the offensive end. Look to see if Coach Shields can get her involved in the offensive end by implementing her in some pick and rolls rather than letting Wells just play ISO ball and put up a lackluster shot on the offensive end.
And it is going to come back to the Tigers now after a turnover by the Panthers, and a sub will come in. It is going to be Carrington Jones for the Bartlett Panthers subbing back into this game, trying to play a little more defensive-minded, putting a smaller forward in to play on Dupree. A good pass there by Long, a good pass there by Wells as well to Coburn, who gets a very good layup in there, contested but still good, and it is going to be 34-28. Bartlett is up with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter of an intense game.
And Coburn all season has only averaged 4 points a game, but since the fall of Hampton, she's been able to increase that point production, and she's been really involved so far this game down in the paint.
And Lindsay gets her 4th 3 of the game. Our player making a difference. Lindsay Long, they do rule it a 2, but nonetheless it is still a great shot there, and she needed that as she started off the quarter a little rusty, but gets back into it with a sweet mid-range jumper there.
And Long, the last month or so, has been off on her shot, but this game comes in and has hit 4 threes that Arlington desperately needed in this game. The senior coming in clutch in this district championship.
And Claybrook's trying to get something going with some good dribble moves, but misses the layup, and a foul is going to be called.
And that's going to be on Rickster, the freshman. And that's something that you can see from a freshman going over Long, but Long has the IQ to allow her to go over, and the ref blows that whistle and calls the foul. That is their second foul this quarter. Low foul number so far in this game compared to the first half.
And Lindsay Long is going to have the ball. She passes it over, trying to get something working inside. It goes to Coburn for a nice mid-range jumper. That is good, as it is now a 2-point game again in a 1-possession game. Bartlett up.
And right now we are going to go to Roman Cleary, our sideline reporter, who is ready on the sideline. We're going to go to him right now, and as he gives us his thoughts.
Guys, every time I try to formulate some sort of plan about what I'm going to say here, it's all getting twisted up. I was going to say something like, oh, well, Arlington's keeping it close, but Bartlett's now, they're still in control, playing this at their pace. But now Arlington's pulled within 2, less than 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Arlington's got to keep the pressure up if they want to finally pull away here and take this lead. And as for Bartlett, they just need to regain composure and calm this down and keep playing at their pace. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Roman. Another great sideline interview, and yes, you are completely correct. If Arlington wants to run away with this game and get the lead and keep it, they're going to have to play with composure, but they're also going to have to play with their backs against the wall. They've done a good job of coming back when Bartlett has put their back against the wall, but now they're going to have to run with it. And speaking of running with it, Brittany Wells has it going inside in transition, and they tie up the game. Jasmine Ross gets the easy layup off the perfect pass from Brittany Wells, and it is tied at 34-34.
And I love this matchup down low between Coburn and Collier. Coburn has owned this matchup so far in the second half, able to out-rebound her and keep her from making shots. Love this action here by Coburn in this third quarter.
Collier kicks it out to Rickster for the three-point shot, but it was no good, and Arlington gets the ball. And it appears that a foul was called on Carrington Jones, and a timeout is now called by the Tigers. As it is going, we are going to get a pause in the action here real quick, trying to give them a quick break.
And tonight's game is brought to you by AHS Tiger Life, the official media publication of Arlington High School. Visit our website at ahstigerlife.com to see various student-produced projects such as television shows, videos, podcasts, news articles, and recent live stream productions. For all this and more, visit ahstigerlife.com. And Brent, we are involved in this corporation when it comes to Arlington and their shows. What are some shows that you like and some shows that you want to just, pitch to the fans out there?
Well, I know we have This is Arlington, the weekly student news show that comes out. We come out with it 2 times a month, actually, but that is a great show for all your Arlington needs and all your community needs. We also have the Tiger Class show, which is a debate show that you actually started. that takes Arlington students and kind of gives them a chance to debate topics and just different chances to kind of get themselves experience. And then we also have our new show, Men in Hoodies, which is a sports show run by the three voices that you've heard tonight, Brent Lyons, Jake Stoop, and Roman Cleary. We just got that started a couple weeks ago, but it has been a lot of fun, and we have lots of good shows and lots of good community involvement here with AHS Tiger Life, so we're proud to be a part of it. And speaking of proud to be a part of it, we are proud to be a part of this action as we are late in the third quarter right now, as Arlington is trying to get the lead. As they take it, it is going to be number 2, Jasmine Ross, the junior, making big plays as Arlington gets their second lead of the game as a foul is called on her the very next play. Got a little too excited there after making the jumper. Nonetheless, it is still Arlington's lead.
Yeah, Jasmine Ross was a little hyped after that shot. She has 8 points. She was actually demoted from the starting lineup earlier this season, but coming clutch in this game, she now has 8 points, and 6 of them coming in this third quarter.
And a turnover by the Panthers is followed by a fast break by the Tigers, but Bartlett gets back, forces it out of bounds. It will be Arlington with a chance to set up here with 27 seconds left to go in the quarter. We'll see if they hold it for the final shot or if they try to work it for a quick one.
And ever since the end of that first quarter, Arlington has outscored Bartlett 32-16, just able to get open shots and keep them from getting in transition. And that's been some really good defense here and some really good rebounding by Arlington.
They tried to get it inside to Coburn, but it was a turnover. Collier got it at the under end of the floor, but couldn't quite get a shot to fall. And it is going to be Arlington ball here with 17 seconds to go. Bartlett finds himself now in a press. They fall quickly out of it with 15 seconds to go. Wells is going to take the ball up the left side of the court, holding the ball for the last shot. We'll see if she takes it or if she kicks it. Wells is driving. Wells looking for a shot. Kicks it over to Dupree. Dupree mid-range air ball. And the quarter is going to come to a close with the Tigers on top, 36-34 over the Bartlett Panthers. We'll be right back after a short break from AHS Tiger Life.
Do you have a business or organization you want to promote? Advertise here. Reach thousands of potential customers throughout the year and show your community support for the Tigers. Every dollar you spend advertising will support academic and extracurricular programs across all schools in ACS. Contact Tyler Hill for more information.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. We're here at AHS Tiger Life, and their coverage of the District 15 Basketball Women's Championship is brought to you in part by Arlington High School. As one of the premier high schools in the state of Tennessee, Arlington High School is proud to offer something for every student, whether it be academic focus on honors, AP and dual enrollment courses, and exploration into the outstanding career and technology programs, being a playmaker in top sports program, or excelling in the second-to-none remarkable PAVE Fine Arts Academy.
And also, we are sponsored by Sunrise Building Supply. Whether you're a home builder, contractor, or a do-it-yourself homeowner, we've got all the quality supplies that you need. Sunrise Building Supply is conveniently located in Arlington off Highway 70. As Arlington puts up that shot, they have been so in control on the offensive end in the second half and that second quarter, really. Look to see if they can get more awesome shots off in this fourth quarter.
And speaking of things we need, I feel like we needed this last quarter of basketball, the intense quarter that everybody wanted to see, the final quarter, the final promised minutes of regulation. It is 36-34 right now, early on into this fourth quarter as Arlington has the ball. It is the primary ball handler, Brittany Wells, taking it up with Kennedy Claybrooks back on her as the pass inside the long is no good. It will be a turnover as Brittany Wells is left all alone on the defense, but a very quick pass thrown towards Claybrooks, and it will go out of bounds back to Arlington.
What a play by Wells, able to act like she was going to play defense on the driver down low, kicks it off to Claybrooks, but Brittany read it so well. What defense there by the junior guard, and Wells able to use her IQ, and as I said earlier, court vision, able to disrupt that ball and lead to the turnover.
And Dupree trying to hand it off to Long. Long brought the defense with her, though, made it a little tougher as she throws the mid-range jumper up. It's no good, but a shooting foul is called. So Lindsey Long will go to the line, the main player of this game for the Tigers, trying to make it their biggest lead of the night at 4 points.
And as we look at coaching for both sides of these teams, you've seen Ashley Shields come out in the second half and completely read what Bartlett has been wanting to do. Bartlett came out trying to slow the pace, slow it down, but Arlington has answered that with fast-paced play, steals, turnovers, and they're hitting shots. Shields has outcoached Shapley so far in the second half. Look to see if Shapley can start to speed it up, because once they sped it up in that first quarter, that's what led them to the lead.
And Lindsey Long was off on the first free throw, trying to make good here on the second one to make it a 3-point game. She does. It is going to be 37-34. Arlington Tigers are winning over the Bartlett Panthers. As the Panthers work it up now, it is going to be Nevaeh Scott with the ball.
Nevaeh Scott has been quiet since the first quarter, where she hit 3 threes. Look to get her involved, as she is one of the premier playmakers and shooters on this Bartlett Panthers team.
And Claybrooks is trying to work something out up top. She gives it off to number 5, Carrington Jones, who is working with the ball right now, trying to get something going, as she gives it up to Collier at the top of the key. Claybrooks will get it back. Very good defense right now for the Tigers, trying to hold them right now up at the top of this 3-point line. A drive in by Scott. Layup no good, but the rebound is fought for by Pratcher and is going to go out of bounds. They say it's off Arlington, so it will remain with the Panthers.
And 3 of these 4 main players here for Bartlett, Collier, Nevaeh Scott, and Maya Pratcher, have been quiet so far in this game. Other than that first quarter, Arlington has been able to shut down these 3 amazing players here for Bartlett in the second half. Arlington's been playing great defense.
Pratcher got a good spin move off the down low pass, but it is no good, as she can't get it to fall. So it is going to be Arlington ball, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds, but it will remain with Arlington. So a good call there by the referee, as the ball will stay on this side of the court as Arlington looks to increase their lead now. They're up 3.
And one thing Arlington does not need to do, they have these set plays that they're trying to run, but they're forcing the ball inside. As you see there, that is something that you do not need to do. It's going to lead to unnecessary turnovers at the offensive end.
A very aggressive play there by Jasmine Ross. Thought maybe a little bit of contact was shed there, but we are going to keep playing right now. It is Nevaeh Scott out of the top of the key. That typically might have been a shot she would take, but she does not attempt it that time, as Claybrooks has it at the top of the key.
And that just shows the presence of this Arlington defense, able to step up and get in the eye of these shooters, as you see there. Nevaeh Scott been quiet in the second half.
As that is going to be, I believe, Kiana Coburn, who gets the huge block and the momentum continuer for the Arlington Tigers, as she comes up with a huge rejection to continue to shut down the Bartlett offense, and is going to remain Arlington ball, side out of bounds right now. Up 3 points with 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go in what has been an amazing game so far.
And Arlington and Bartlett able to stay out of foul trouble when you're looking at these bigs, and that's what allows us to see this outstanding matchup between Coburn and Collier, which in the first quarter, Collier was really owning Coburn down low, but Coburn since then has read what she's trying to do, has read what she needs to do on the defensive end, and she has capitalized off those missed opportunities for Collier.
And right now, while we're at a timeout, we're going to take time to talk to you about one of the shows that we just kind of talked to you about. It is the Men in Hoodies show that we just now started for AHS Tiger Life. Jake, you kind of want to take this one away?
Yeah, Men in Hoodies offers everything sports. We talk about national sports. So last show we talked about the Super Bowl and examples with that, but also we go deep analysis and deep discussion when it comes to Arlington sports as well. And we interview coaches, we interview players, all that good stuff. So this show, when you're looking at amateur productions, this show, Men in Hoodies, has been so impressive. We've seen so much positive feedback from the fans. Really look forward to see where this show can go and where we can take it in the future.
And we love to continue this show. Of course, it is alongside Roman Cleary, our man on the sideline. We love having this core group here to do Men in Hoodies together. But we are going to get back into the action right now, as it is Arlington with the lead, 37-34, as Brittany Wells is trying to get something going. She pulls up mid-range. That is good. Makes it a 5-point game, 39-34, as Bartlett needs to get something going now before it is too late.
Look at this pressure here by the Arlington defensive front, forcing Claybrooks into a wild shot, and Arlington just upping the pace. You can tell that this team is in shape, outrunning and outworking Bartlett in the second half.
And Claybrooks had an opportunity to draw a foul right there, but shed away from the contact, so she got a worse shot and no call either. So now it will go back to the Tigers as Brittany Wells continues to run this offense and look to continue to grow the lead.
Arlington electing to slow it down as they have this 5-point lead in this fourth quarter. And Arlington, they want to slow it down to preserve time, but the way that they've gotten this lead is by speeding up the pace. And Claybrook's frustration foul right there against her old teammate Wells.
I believe that is going to be her 4th foul. So she is in deep foul trouble here at 39-34 with 4 minutes and 26 seconds to go in the game. Coach Chapley chooses to keep her in, though. Probably the smart decision right now with them down 5. They're going to need her offense to get them back in this game. Working the ball up top. Defense comes in. You could see that from a mile away if you're Claybrooks. Now they're trying to get something going as it is another steal by Taylor Dupree. The ball is loose down low, but Wells is going to get it, and a push is going to be called by number 5, Carrington Jones. So we do have an upcoming live stream for you, though. It is going to be the Germantown and Bartlett District 15 4A finals here. It is coming up to you next, actually, on AHS Tiger Life at 7:30. Roman Cleary and Jake Stoop will have the call for that. I'll be on the sideline for you. That is going to be our second game of this doubleheader that we have for you tonight.
And hopefully it's a game that as good of a game as we've seen in this girls' game for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And we are going to kick it now to break here on AHS Tiger Life. I'm Brent Lyons alongside Jake Stoop. We'll be right back after this short break.
It's here at Arlington Community Schools,
where we thrive on creativity. We take the scattered pieces
To build something great.
We work together to challenge ourselves.
And each other, defining who we are and who we want to be.
We rely on technology to learn where we came from.
To see where we're going, we adapt.
because we know there's a world of opportunity for all.
We thrive under pressure
to make our future great.
We are Arlington.
Think,
create,
achieve.
Welcome back, Memphis basketball fans, to this 4A District 15 finals here on AHS Tiger Life. It is currently 39-34. Arlington is leading if you're just joining us, as Coburn is going to get an easy bucket to make it 41-34, as Arlington has taken full control of this game with less than 4 minutes to go now. Jake, what are your thoughts as you've seen a crazy second half?
And Bartlett needs to speed up the pace. Them slowing it down has only led to a couple of second half points. They need to keep driving the basket, as you see there, and speed up the pace like they did as they implement this full court press.
And Nevaeh Scott gets one of the first baskets in a long time for Bartlett as they counter that act with Taylor Dupree getting an easy layup, as Lindsey Long has really taken over this game with her passing and scoring ability, as well as her defensive ability. She's been everywhere on this floor, and if there is an MVP trophy to be handed out right now, it should go to her.
Yeah, and she's been able to keep Claire Brooks quiet on the offensive end. She has had maybe 2 or 5 points in the second half, and she was their main scorer in that first half.
That's going to be another easy shot there for Carrington Jones, keeping this game relatively close. It is a 5-point game now with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in this game, as a timeout is called by Arlington straight off of that score.
Yeah, and if you're Bartlett, you got to keep scoring. You got to turn up this intensity. The 2 times that they have implemented that full court press, it has led to 2 easy buckets and 2 beautiful assists by Lindsey Long. If you're Bartlett and Coach Shapley, you've got to capitalize off Arlington's turnovers, which they've held the ball pretty well in the second half, so there's a rare to come by.
And it is 43-38. We've mentioned the score a lot, but that is because of how much it has fluctuated and changed over this game and how intense it has been. It feels like time has gone by very fast in this game, and there's only 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go left in this district championship game, and what has been a good one so far. If you're just joining us, Kennedy Claybrooks along with Lindsey Long have been the key playmakers for this game, both leaders of their team and both leading this game tonight and showing you why they are leaders of their team. As Arlington has the ball, baseline out of bounds. Great pressure there by Maya Pratcher, as it will stay Arlington ball, but still a good defensive outing here so far for Pratcher.
And you've got to give credit where credit's due as we look at this matchup in the back of the court between Coburn and Collier. Coburn has absolutely shut her down. She's maybe scored 1 time in the second half. Great defense by her.
And Nevaeh Scott is going to be the recipient of the steal as she goes in for the layup, but gets fouled on the shot. So it will be 2 shots and the opportunity to make it a 3-point game and a 1-possession game as that. So these are 2 very important free throws right now as time goes by fast.
Yes, they are, and you're seeing the frustration from this Bartlett team. Hungry. They took that last loss personally, and they are hungry to get this win. They're going all out on the defensive press right now, looking to get that momentum that they had in the first quarter.
And Nevaeh Scott knocks down the first one. It is now a 4-point game at 43-39. This free throw is going to be a very important one as number 23, Elise Williams, the junior, is going to check back in right now for Carrington Jones, probably trying to give her a little rest before the final 2 minutes of this game.
And Nevaeh Scott, look to see if this gets her going. 2 free throws to get her shot form comfortable again because she hasn't taken a shot in a long time. Great free throws, look to get her going.
Brittany Wells takes the ball up the court right now. Lots of pressure from the Bartlett defense as it is a one-possession game, so every defensive and offensive possession counts. Lindsey Long trying to get something going, and it is going to be a foul on the Panthers, so Lindsey Long will be shooting free throws.
That's going to be Claire Brooks' 4th foul. She actually had 4. That was not her 5th foul, but she is now in foul trouble as this time runs out. She's going to be a little nervous. She's going to be scared to get that extra foul. If you're a Lindsey Long, continue to drive the ball on her to get her that 5th foul.
And Lindsey Long makes good on the first free throw to make it a 2-possession game, hoping to get this second one to make sure they need a 3 and a 2 if they want to tie it up. She takes a deep breath as she gets ready for this very important second free throw, as it is no good off the rim, and it is still a 4-point game here as Bartlett takes it down the court with just under 3 minutes to play. Nevaeh Scott inside, and she's called for and it is going to be Coburn called for the foul. Another big foul there, as it is going to be Nevaeh Scott, the shooter, going to the line for 2 more free throws and a chance to make it a 1-possession game once again.
Nevaeh Scott, rather than shooting from the perimeter, she has driven the ball, have an opportunity for 4 free throws in the last 30 seconds. Nevaeh Scott, I love seeing this from her. She's showing poise right now as she is driving the ball and getting those big men in foul trouble, as they now have 5 fouls in this second half.
And this is going to be another key free throw right here. If she knocks this down, all they need is a 2-pointer to tie this game up. But if she misses, it will take at least a 3-pointer, something that they have not been as keen in the second half making. But she does make it, so it is only a 2-point game. Quick pass there. Lindsey Long somehow ends up with it as she goes inside, kicks it out, and now they're just going to reset and try to work this clock a little and get the best shot possible.
Love this slowing of the pace by Coach Shields. Knows that they have the 2-point lead, and if Bartlett gets the ball, they're going to attack the basket. See how long they can do this and keep the ball away from the Panthers.
Kelsey has it at the right top of the wing. She is holding this ball out for dear life, trying to make sure that Bartlett does not get their hands on it, as Long will now have it. They are really working this clock right now as it is a 2-point game. Trying to look for the best shot possible, as Long is going to lose it inside. Not what you wanted to happen, as here comes Carrington Jones, as she's going to give it to Pratcher. Pratcher has the ball. She finds Nevaeh Scott. Nevaeh Scott guarded by Wells, going in for the layup. It is no good, as it's going. Loose ball is going to be caught now by Kelsey. Kelsey working it up the floor, goes inside for the layup, no good, and Claybrooks has the ball, gives it to Scott, and this is going to be a crazy last minute and 30 seconds here as Claybrooks slows it down and takes it up the court.
Rather than holding out the ball to preserve the clock, the sophomore Kelsey drives in and throws up yet another wild shot. Did not take her time, was not aware of the clock there. That is not a shot you wanted if you're Arlington.
Nevaeh Scott looked to square up and then tried to draw the foul. Ref saw it right there, didn't call it, as Coburn has the ball, saves it before it goes out. And they call a timeout. Very good call there by Coach Shields, as she saw that Arlington was looking for a shot and found a way to keep them from taking a shot by getting their brains under control and letting them know they need to slow it down. And while we have this break, we're going to take you into some amazing highlights that we have. This first one is going to be of Bartlett, as they have had some amazing highlights themselves this game, as they are only down 2 points. And wouldn't you know, it's going to be a pass from Kennedy Claybrooks that is going to be their amazing highlight of it. Amazing highlight of this game. And now we're going to go straight into Arlington's highlight of this game. The player that is going to be the recipient of this highlight is going to be none other than Lindsey Long, as she has been the key player for the Arlington side of the ball with some amazing defense here, as some amazing defense is what is going to be the great highlight for Lindsey Long, as she has done just that tonight. And with 1 minute and 10 seconds, Jake, what do you think Arlington has to do if they want to hold on to this lead?
if you're Arlington, continue to give the ball to the players that have got you here. Put the ball in their hands to get these free throws. And when Bartlett is pressing, do not play uncomfortable. Do not throw wild passes. Find the open man and just work the ball up the floor as they've been doing. They've showed great poise in this moment due to the coaching by Coach Shields.
And Arlington runs a basketball classic out of the pass in the stack, as it is going to be a turnover and is going to go back to Bartlett with 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. Bartlett has the ball, down 2, with a chance to tie or take the lead right now. This is going to be a very important possession here for the Panthers.
And the refs allowing things to go in this high-intensity rivalry game. If you're the ref, that's something you need to do for sure, but some crucial calls are going to have to be made late in this game. That's going to get the fans rowdy for sure.
Claybrooks has the ball right near half court, trying to get the best shot possible. They do not want this to be the last of the night. Pratcher now has the ball, looking for something. Good defense by Long as she gives it back to Claybrooks. Claybrooks for 3 in the lead, no good. A fight for the rebound. There's going to be a foul. It's going to be called on Arlington.
That's going to be Wells. That's only their 6th foul, so they've got 1 more until they get in the bonus. If you're Arlington there, you're fortunate to have that foul called. I know that sounds bad, but they had an open shot if Wells was not able to get the foul there. Good pressure by her.
And the ball goes inbounds to Claybrooks. Passed out from Collier to number 5, Carrington Jones, but it's no good as Wells is working it up now to Taylor Dupree for the dagger, and is blocked by Collier.
What a block by Collier, able to chase down Dupree and block that off the backboard.
And an awful pass by Nevaeh Scott as Lindsey Long is going to get the steal, and a foul is going to be called by Maya Pratcher. Doesn't appear to be a clear path to the basket foul, but it will be 2 free throws as the home team, Bartlett Panthers, is in the penalty.
And Bartlett has been able to get out in transition off some very good blocks, steals, and turnovers by the Arlington side. But their discipline, driving the ball, and just their passes have not been located the right place. They have been lackluster on their passes, and that's what led to Arlington getting out in transition and getting these free throws.
And I don't think we've had a more intense game all around from the fans, players, and coaches' perspective on AHS Tiger Life than we have here tonight. This has been an incredible district championship so far, and there's still 22 seconds left to play, which in the basketball world is a whole lot of time, especially only down 3 right now. Of course, she does have 1 more free throw, but they are down 3 for the moment, which means that it will take a 3-pointer. It will take a 3-pointer in order to get them back in this game currently. So we want to take a quick moment to talk about our AHS Tiger Life, of course, and who better to do that than Jake Stoop, one of the leaders of this AHS Tiger Life production.
Yeah, tonight's game is brought to you by AHS Tiger Life, the official media publication of Arlington High School. Visit our website at ahstigerlife.com to see various student-produced projects such as television shows, videos, podcasts, news articles, and some recent live stream productions. For all this and more, as you're seeing on the screen right now, visit ahstigerlife.com. And this is just a promo of what we like to do, which, as we said, is live stream shows and just even some podcasts. And Arlington has really been able to step up their game as you're talking about these projects that we're talking about. And AHS has really stepped out on, and they've been a really good presence for sure.
And really came onto the scene a lot this year with a lot of good projects. We've done a great job here at AHS Tiger Life, along with the teachers and other students, making a great production here. As Lindsey Long makes a 4-point game with 21 seconds to go. A timeout is called, a good timeout by the leader, Claybrooks. Being up 4 right now, Arlington is going to need to get a defensive stop, because the last thing you want to do is let Bartlett hit a shot and then have to play the foul game and hope that you can hit all your free throws. So this is going to be a very important possession on the defensive side of the ball, but then also on the offensive side of the ball for obvious reasons. If they don't score here, the game is most likely over.
And if we're talking about options here on the offensive end for Shapley and his Panthers, what you want to do is you got to get the ball to one of these players that you've relied on in Claybrooks or Nevaeh Scott. And what's been working in the second half is giving the ball to them on the pick and roll and driving the basket. You've still got 18 seconds left on this clock, so they've got plenty of time to do whatever they want with it. I would love to see a drive to the basket. If they get fouled, they already get free throws that way too, and you've got a lot of time on this clock. If I'm Shapley, I'm taking the ball to the rack here.
And the first thing you have to look for on the wing is obviously going to be a three, particularly by Clay Brooks, hopefully, or Nevaeh Scott. If not, you're going to have to try to get the inbound pass to Collier, the big man. Know that she maybe draws some contact, gets the foul, or gets an easy bucket inside. But something that's quick and that's a good shot is going to be very, very important if you're the Tigers. Is going to be sideline out for the Panthers as Nevaeh Scott throws up a three that is no good. Had lots of time to get up a shot there, but it is going to be no good as Taylor Dupree is going to hit the dagger for the Arlington Tigers with a good layup out in transition to potentially win the game, but a foul is now going to be called on number 2, Jasmine Ross, possibly delaying the inevitable right now as Arlington looks to have all the momentum now with 3 seconds left in what has been an incredible game.
And the Panthers' shot selection right there was very questionable as they give Nevaeh Scott for a double clutch three-pointer that almost went in is the crazy thing about it. But again, Arlington able to get the rebound and throw it down the court to lead to an easy bucket. They have done that multiple times, at least 3 or 4 times, and they are up 6 points right now. So Bartlett's lack of shooting a very good shot on the offensive end is what led to this.
And the fans are still going insane right now, knowing that their Tigers have a chance to win this game, as it is now a 5-point game, as Clay Brooks is going to have to contemplate making or missing this right now as they are down 5 points. Misses the free throw, and the Tigers are going to be your 4A District 15 champions. They take down the Bartlett Panthers 48-43 as they are storming the court right now. They are absolutely ecstatic to win this championship over the number 1 seeded Bartlett Panthers, and that has incredible implications going into the state tournament, as they will be the higher seed, which means that they also get to play the lower ranked seed of the 2 of them. So it is a great night to be a Tigers fan if you are the Arlington Tigers, and it is bittersweet being the Bartlett Panthers right now, but still an incredible game for just the neutral Memphis basketball fan here tonight.
Yeah, and if you're Arlington, who cares about state right now? You just beat your rival. You took the season series 2-1, and this is what has led you to this win. What a game. And right now we are going to go to Roman Cleary, who's with Miss Shields on the sideline right now.
Coach, last time Bartlett played over here, you lost Freehampton, lost that game in a blowout. Now tonight you go down 18-2 to start the game. This team had every reason to give up, every reason to lie down, and yet they didn't, and it paid off tonight. What does that say about the heart and the resilience of this group?
This is what we do. I don't care what's going on. We've been down plenty of times. Even last year, I know what type of team I have. I believe in them just like they believe in me. I had no doubt in my mind we wasn't going to come back in this game. Everything happens for a reason, so we needed an early wake-up call to play like we did. So we just came out and handled business, made adjustments at the half, and we brought the victory home.
When you came here 2 years ago, a lot of people had doubts that you were going to be able to maintain the success that Coach Shapley had here. Now the program is arguably at a higher level than ever. Would you agree with that statement?
Yes, I agree. I have a winner's mentality. I'm a WNBA champion. I bring a lot to the table, so I know what I'm capable of as a coach and player. So I already knew coming here I was going to carry the legacy on.
And what do you think it means to this group and to this core that they were able to get it done this year despite all the obstacles they had in the way?
I'd say that again. I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Sorry. What do you think it means to this group in particular that they were able to get it done this year despite all the obstacles that they faced throughout the way?
This year is very important. I just want these young ladies to be successful. They deserve it. We work so hard every day. At the end of the day, I got God by my side. I got God by their side, and we've been through a lot, but we taking it one game at a time. I got some strong young ladies, and I'm just proud of them.
All right, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to send it back to Brent and Jake at the desk now.
Thank you, Roman, so much for that incredible interview with Coach Shields, the newly crowned 4A District 15 champion, Arlington Tigers, as she has indeed carried on a great legacy left by Coach Shapley, arguably, like Roman said, in a better place now than they were under his reign, as they will go to state after beating Bartlett 48-43. We'll be right back after this break on AHS Tiger Life.
From Bartlett,
Welcome
Mallory
back
Collier.
to the new and crowned champions, Arlington Tigers of the 4A District 15
From
Championship.
Arlington, Brittany
We are
Wells.
currently in the award ceremony that we're going to have just on for you guys as we get ready for the men's
From
basketball
Arlington,
4A
Taylor
District 15
Dupree.
Championship right after this. Continue to watch and enjoy the award
And
ceremony.
from Collierville, Nakaya Westbrook. And now for the all-tournament team. From Houston, Anna Lee Avery. From Collierville, Christina Boyd. Also from Collierville, Carlin Burdette. From Arlington, Brittany Wells. From Arlington, Taylor Dupree. From Bartlett, Kennedy Claybrooks. From Bartlett, Nevaeh Scott. District 15 4A All-Tournament MVP, Lindsay Long. Also, District MVP from Bartlett, Kennedy Claybrooks. How about a big round of applause for all these ladies and their efforts this year. Basketball fans, we've got another award to present. This goes out to the District 15 4A Coach of the Year. From Bartlett, Coach Wes Shapley. At this time, the team awards. District 15 4A, runner-up, Bartlett. And District 15 4A champions, your Arlington Tigers.
All right, we're now going to send you to a documentary about the sports media production from right here at Arlington High School, produced by Ethan Dunlap and Blake Beveridge. Let's check it out.
So I had a student that was very interested 4 years ago in commentating some basketball games, and so I said, well, let's see what we can do with stuff we already had. And so that was the first year that we had iPads, and so we actually started live streaming with iPads and very minimal equipment. There's lots of, technical problems with that because, it was very, very far apart, trying to connect to the Wi-Fi and that sort of stuff. But it gave the community a taste of what we could do. And that's when it took off. From there, we started buying and obtaining more equipment to make it a fuller size production, adding cameras and audio and positions every year until what it is now, which is like a full-fledged, almost, college level production, if not better in some cases. So the live stream is a huge amount of work. From start to finish, though, it is done by students, and the prep work involved really happens during the day. When you're dealing with prep work for the live stream, you want to research the teams you're playing, see what statistics you can find, winning records, a head coach, that sort of stuff. For our team especially, we look back at how they've done at previous games, and basically what we're looking for is creating a show out of our basketball games. And so the experience is similar to what you would find on a national network. So the prep work is a little bit extensive, but it's not hard per se. And so as far as equipment, the live stream, is a very big production. We have 5 to 6 cameras, tons of cables. The fly pack is a, control room on wheels, basically. And so there's, 23 positions for students on every live stream production. So it's a very large project, but lots of moving parts and the very epitome of a teamwork environment.
Because live streaming is not directly part of a class right now, it's really hard for people to be able to put the time in that is necessary to create a high quality stream because they have to do it on their own time. They can't do it during class time. So by making a television class for this, it gives us a possibility where in class they can work on it collaboratively with all the different members of the crew and come up with ideas and be able to really work through what they want to do and make it a reality, all doing it in class time, which then makes it so that those people who don't have time after school to spend a lot of time doing this can still do this and create top quality streams. So in addition to doing sports live streams, we hope to start doing live streams of other events or productions of other events, whether that be concerts or parades, assemblies, festivals, things like that. The system that we have, the equipment that we have, works for sports, but it also works for a whole bunch of other types of production, and learning those other kinds of production gives you a whole new angle on how to make it work, and a whole new angle on television.
I think what's really exciting about this class is it just adds more to the diversity that we offer here in our media arts program: film, television, remote work, web-based content. It really is just going to help give students another outlet to do the kinds of things they love to do in media arts. And I would say that this class is really going to prepare anybody who wants to do this in the actual field. There's no one in high school right now doing the kinds of things we do, and there's certainly not a sports media production class. So this is a perfect stop if this is something students are interested in. I think students who have experience in this class are going to find themselves that much more experienced when they get into college. I would imagine students who go through our program here will already be teaching some of the upperclassmen at the college level some things they may not know, because we're getting all kinds of rich experiences here that is very unique for a high school situation.
Sports production actually is a really lucrative job market. This is something, in media production in general, you can leave high school and find a production job, especially, in big cities like Nashville, Atlanta, out in California, obviously. But yes, big cities, big opportunities for you to have the skill set you need when you leave high school. So we're trying to really enhance that. We're giving them not only media arts skills and live production skills and that sort of stuff, but we're giving students career ready skills. You learn a lot in here that's not even tied to video production, such as time management, self-initiative, troubleshooting skills, computer skills, leadership opportunities, talking to peers and asking them to do something for your project. You have to say it in a diplomatic manner. So lots of what students are learning are not even sometimes video production related. And that's another big facet of our program, is that it's just such a remarkable opportunity for students to not only get a real world experience with production, but job and career ready skills as well.
I think with the class, live streams will improve quite a bit because we'll have more time. Right now it's all extracurricular, whereas if it becomes a class, there's time cut out to do that, and teaching especially built to help you get better. With being able to do it in class with one-on-one help, you can do it, and it's not that hard. So just try it, and you'll love it. Really, live television, there's nothing more exciting and more fun to do than a live television production.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Arlington football, live on AHS Tiger Life. This is Roman Cleary calling the action for you, along with Hudson Criswell. Once again, glad to be here, Roman. And tonight, it is senior night live here in Arlington, Tennessee.
There's always something going on. Like, you're never going to have a moment where you're not doing something. If you forget a piece of equipment, you're going to be running. There's no, oh, I'm just going to take my time and walk back here and get that. Like, you don't have time to waste.
I think it's going to be a great matchup tonight, Roman. I mean, our Tigers, we're coming out, we're furious, we're angry, and it's...
It taught me how to be dedicated to what I do, because we're positions, and if that one person doesn't do what they're supposed to do, it messes up the whole show. So you really have to be responsible and accountable for your position.
And it's live, and so it's not something that they can say cut and that they can go back and they can fix. This is something that's on the fly. It's absolutely done live. I mean, it's the ultimate test of their skill set.
Okay, ready, 2. We're gonna go back to 2. Stay on 2. Oh, stay on 2. 2, you're still hot. Stay where you are. 2, follow the Arlington team in. 1, keep with Sheffield.
I've directed a couple times. That's a really hard job because you basically call all the shots. It's like you're in charge almost, like everything you say goes.
Tigers have yet to come out. Looks like they're really getting a good...
Then you have the technical director, the person who actually chooses from the individual cameras to go on air. We have the graphics with the scores and the names. Right now we have 3 manned cameras. We generally have a 4th and 5th camera, one focused on the scoreboard, and then one that we can set up to sort of shoot the anchors. The different roles all are connected via a communication system, obviously with headsets, so that the director calls the shots on everything.
Working under the pressure is really hard. Like, my hands will be sweating sometimes, and I'll just be like, sorry. I'm pretty positive I worked the first football game, and that was rough because we're all just trying to figure out what we were doing at first.
Really, it was trial by fire. We just set everything up and did the best we could on the first football game, and I think it went really well. We had a great response on YouTube, lots of views, lots of comments. It was a lot of fun.
It's so fast-paced. I never realized how much you go back and forth between shots. Like, I see it on TV and it looks so easy, but then once you're actually doing it in real life, you're like, whoa. that's a lot.
I mean, you want to be talking the whole time. That's why it's kind of hard if you don't know the sport. Like if you had two people come in, they know nothing about football, they can't really just come in and kind of sit there quietly. The dude I commentated with, Roman, he was kind of like the play-by-play guy. And then I was kind of like the color guy, the guy that kind of just makes the comments after each play. I like to crack jokes and stuff, so I cracked a couple of jokes, and you know, a lot of people commented and just said it was fun to watch and listen to.
If you work a camera that's somewhere near where a lot of action is going to be, and the end zone is somewhere that there is going to be a lot going on, it's pretty nerve-wracking because I always feel like the ball's gonna hit me or it's gonna knock my camera over, but I always have to like follow the action. So even if I do get nervous, I have to remember like there's actual real people watching this right now and we're live, so if I mess up, I don't get another chance to do this.
We're moving beyond me teaching them how, they are teaching themselves how. And so they, you know, are using the equipment just as real professionals would in, you know, a real environment.
That was a huge run for Mitchell Faulkner. It could potentially be negated. I think they're pointing towards Arlington for the
Watching the numbers climb, you know, into the thousands while you're live streaming, you realize that this is the ultimate thing that this community needs.
See what the referee's going to say here for this.
Not everyone can be at the games. We have lots of comments that I'm in the hospital. Thanks for letting me see my son play football for the last time. Or grandma lives in California, and so they get to see their grandson play football or their granddaughter play volleyball. You actually are letting families experience each other and experience events that have never been possible before. So it's not just teaching equipment. It's not just teaching how to run a show. It's teaching the students how to provide an experience for the community that no one else is really, you know, doing as well.
My goal in any of the TV production classes that I've ever taught is to give them an experience that as closely mirrors real life as possible. One of the things that Ms. Roberts and I really try to teach is don't accept mediocrity. You know, don't just turn something in to get a grade. Don't just do it to accomplish the task. Understand what it means to excel and desire that. Have the desire to excel.
I think this opportunity for live streaming was just a wonderful opportunity for anybody that wanted to go into broadcasting or live streaming sports games. And even if you're not, it taught you so much about yourself and how far you could push yourself too.
The stage is set for the 4A District 15 Championship between the number 1 seeded Bartlett Panthers and the number 2 seeded Germantown Red Devils. In the two previous matchups this season, the Panthers beat the Red Devils by an average of 19 points. Roman Cleary and Jake Stoop have the call. The men's basketball district championship game is next on AHS Tiger Life.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TSSAA District 15 4A Men's Basketball Championship, live here on AHS Tiger Life. This is Roman Cleary calling the action for you, along with Jake Stoop. And we have the second of our championship doubleheader, the undefeated in league play, number 1 seeded Bartlett Panthers taking on the 2 seeded Germantown Red Devils.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this matchup. This matchup has not been as great in the season so far, with Bartlett blowing them out by an average of 19 points a game, but look for Bartlett to get involved early in this game.
Now, before we get into this, we're going to take a look at some of the key players in this matchup. First, we're going to start out with J.R. Jacobs of Bartlett. He and the other guard we're going to mention here in a second have just been a dynamic duo in the backcourt. Jacobs, though, has been a big-time facilitator for this team. He's a shot maker. He's really good at facilitating. He's been the glue that holds this Bartlett offense and defense together.
Yeah, next we're going to move to Amar Knox, and that is a familiar name if you live in Memphis because he actually committed to Memphis and then decommitted. He's a 3-star recruit. He averages 18 points for this Bartlett team, as well as 4.6 rebounds and 3 assists. This guy does it all on the court. He gets involved early. They love to throw that lob to him, so I'm looking forward to see if they do that tonight, Roman.
Yeah, and we're going to get into a big-time players now for Germantown. One of them is Christian Hodges.
big-time presence down low for them. 4.6 points a game, 5.3 rebounds. He's going to be a problem for Matthew Stokes and company down low. They're going to have to shut him down if the Panthers want to win this one.
Yes, exactly. He is a guy that is going to have to guard, as you said, a big guy in Matthew Stokes, who's about 6'8". That's going to be a really good matchup that we're going to see. But also, for this side of Germantown, we're going to see Anthony Madlock, who actually played here at Arlington High School and then transferred away to Germantown, but he has been so successful since he went. The team bad product averages 20.6 points a game, leading this team in scoring by more than 12 points. I mean, this guy does it all. He loves to shoot the ball, loves to drive the ball, really anything you ask him to do. He actually leads the team in rebounds as well, so he not only gets involved in the offensive end, but also down in the paint.
All right, now we're going to take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. First with Bartlett, we got the dynamic duo in the backcourt, J.R. Jacobs and Amar Knox. There on the wing, we have Rigel Moore, and down low we have Charvez Ambrose and Matthew Stokes. And for Germantown, we got Hugh McFarland and Caleb Jeffries at the guards, Raekwon Williams and Anthony Medlock at the forwards, Christian Hodges in the middle.
Yeah, and this Germantown team is led by the seniors that really get it done at all levels of the floor. Even though Madlock is only a junior, they have these guys that will do anything for you at the seniors, as they are the leaders of this team.
Bartlett is obviously the big-time favorite in this game. 2 big-time blowout victories over Germantown earlier in the season. But Germantown's got a big-time player, former Tiger and Anthony Medlock, so anything can happen here. It's going to be an interesting matchup for sure.
Yes, exactly. And if you're talking about Bartlett and keys to win this game, you've got to talk about Madlock. You have to shut down Madlock on the perimeter. You have to limit his scoring, because if this Germantown team is going to do anything to beat this Bartlett team, it's going to rely on their playmakers like Madlock. So you've got to put guys on him. You've got to shut him down completely on the offensive end.
The keys to win for Germantown, let's just say they're a lot harder. Bartlett has a lot more depth. They're quite frankly a little bit more talented than the other team here in Germantown. J.R. Jacobs and Amar Knox are 2 of the best guards in the city. It's definitely going to be a challenge for the Red Devils to come out with a victory here if they're not on their absolute A game.
Yes, and they're going to have to turn up the intensity on the defensive side of the ball, forcing this Bartlett team to turn the ball over, but they also have to win the rebounding battle. I'm going to love to see this matchup between Hodges and Stokes down low, as they're both really big men and some of the best big men in the city.
As Jake just said, it is going to be Stokes and Hodges battling for the opening tip. Here we go. We're underway, and this is going to Germantown. The Red Devils are going from left to right on your screen. Bartlett will go from right to left. Anthony Medlock going to take a 3 to start out the night off the front iron and out. Rebounded by Hugh McFarland. Germantown going to reset now. First possession of the game for either team. Red Devils have the ball first.
And Germantown coming out with a lot of action on the offensive side of the ball, looking to get screen and rolls with their best players and driving the ball to the basket.
Raekwon Williams looking to get the first bucket of the game for Germantown, but to no avail. Matthew Stokes comes down with the rebound for Bartlett. Jacobs taking it up for the Panthers. Bartlett getting set here with their first possession of the night. And speaking of Bartlett, we're now going to introduce the head coach of this Panther team, Dion Reel, who has Bartlett in its 5th straight district final with wins in 2019 and 2021, losses in 2018 and 2020. He is a very experienced basketball mind, having coached at both the high school and the collegiate level. A fun fact about Reel is that he is also a world history teacher at Bartlett High School.
And then we're going to go to the coach of Germantown, Rob Sabot, who's actually in his first season, but don't let that blind you from the experience that he has. Sabot was previously the head coach at both St. Benedict and Millington prior to arriving at Germantown, and now he's got the Red Devils in the district finals with a team mostly full of players that didn't get to play basketball last season. Superb coaching there for Sabot, as he has this Germantown team that is less experienced than this Bartlett team in the district championship game.
We should be talking less about these coaches, though, and more about the players in this game, as Bartlett, the players of Bartlett, are putting on a show to start it out. Jacobs missed the 3, but Stokes put it back. 7-0. Bartlett already less than 2 minutes into the game.
And early you see the impact that J.R. Jacobs is having on both sides of the floor. He's able to come away with the steal and ultimately have 2 assists to those buckets, and then set up Stokes, if you want to call it that, for that rebound dunk. Love to see him get involved early, as he's one of the best point guards in the city. Loves to score, loves to dish the ball as well.
I think it's safe to say that this is not what Bartlett wanted to start out this game. They needed to get a jump on Bartlett if they wanted to have a chance in this one, and so far Germantown has not done that. But they will get the ball with Raekwon Williams inbounding on Bartlett's side. McFarland now with it. He's going to go along the baseline, guarded by Moore. And ball goes, thought it went off of Jeffries, but it was deflected by Amar Knox. It'll still be Germantown basketball.
And don't judge the early score base it off what do you think the final score would be. As we saw in last game with Arlington and Bartlett, Bartlett able to jump out to a beginning 18-2 lead, and then Arlington able to come back and secure the win. Look for Germantown to continue to get involved on the offensive end as they did there with that layup by Hodges.
Hodges did put the bucket in, so it is Germantown's first points of the game. Bartlett trying to respond with Matthew Stokes. He got fouled going up. It's going to be the first against Christian Hodges. Stokes will shoot the first 2 free throws of the night.
Matthew Stokes is such a big guy. He's a 6'9" junior who actually plays for Woods Elite for his grassroots team. What a guy. This guy has developed so much since he came into his high school career. Love to see him get involved early in this game.
Here is Stokes trying to get some more points on the board for Bartlett. He'll make that one go up and down, so it is 8-2 early on. Panthers trying to establish early dominance here in the first quarter. Panthers, of course, missed out on an opportunity in the women's championship game, so they really need to make sure they win this one here. Stokes will go 1 of 2 at the line. Second one is no good, but rebounded by Charvez Ambrose. Moore now recovers the ball, but it is then stolen by Germantown. Red Devils now going to take it the other way. They need points, and they need them fast. Caleb Jeffries wants a 3. It's off. Bartlett comes down with a rebound. Here comes Jacobs. Knox now taking it up. Amar spinning inside. He got fouled going up. Amar is now going to shoot 2 free throws at the line, the former Memphis commit.
And that's going to be 2 on Hodges early in this game. That's scary if you're Germantown. The 6'6" senior has 2 fouls, and the next tallest guy that you've got on this team is 6'5", and he's only a sophomore. Germantown might have to go deeper than they thought earlier in this game to limit foul trouble for Hodges.
Knox makes the first of 2. It's 9-2 Bartlett, 5:23 to go in this first quarter of this men's basketball district championship contest. Knox makes both of them go. It's 10-2. Germantown down by 8 early on in this game. This is not what they wanted at all.
I love this pressure here from the Panthers, trying to force Germantown to speed up the game as they've done so far, and that's what's led to this 8-point lead. To look for Bartlett to continue to keep this pressure up.
Here is the Oregon football commit, Raekwon Williams, guarded by Amar Knox. He's going to pass it inside to a Bartlett Panther. It is stolen by Bartlett, and then Caleb Jeffries is forced to foul on the other end. It's the 3rd team foul already against Germantown, the 3rd against Germantown, the 1st for Jeffries. Stokes now has it. He gets it to Knox for 3. Got it. Amar Knox. Or was that a long 2? Yeah, it was a long 2 for Amar Knox, not a 3, so it's 12-2, less than 5 to go in the first.
Amar Knox is a complete player on both sides of the ball. Love to see him score the ball, but also he's been getting involved on the defensive end as well, just a complete guard that you really want on your team.
Medlock misses the mid-range look. Jacobs with the rebound and taking it all the way back himself. J.R. Jacobs, it's 14-2. Stolen by Bartlett. Knox now with it. Mid-range fade away. No good. Stokes with the rebound, however, for the Panthers. Offensive glass for Matthew Stokes. He puts it back at 16-2.
And Bartlett asserting their dominance on both ends of the court right now with so many steals and points off those turnovers.
Jeffries open 3. No good. Rebounded by Ambrose. And then McFarland comes away with a phenomenal steal. Germantown taking it up. Medlock to Jeffries. Caleb wanted another 3. He couldn't get it. Here's Medlock for 3. In and out. Rebounded by Stokes again. Jacobs now taking it up for the Panthers. J.R. puts it up. No good. And Stokes almost came down with another one, but it's ultimately Raekwon Williams who gets it for Germantown.
And Bartlett, a lackluster shot selection so far in this game as they have this 14-point lead. If they're going to limit Germantown from coming back right now, they need to keep their shot selection pure and good off those turnovers from Germantown.
Would you look at that, the announcer's jinx from Jake Stoop. Bartlett now down by, or up only by 12. Here's McFarland for Germantown going the other way. No good. Rebounded by Matthew Stokes once again. He's going to get to 10 rebounds by the end of the first half at this rate. Amar Knox wants a three for Bartlett. Way off. And it's boarded by Christian Hodges. Moore stole the ball, but ultimately it is going to be Germantown who comes away with that and a foul. I believe it's going to be the first against Ambrose.
Great hustle there by Hodges to have a broken play and able to sustain that possession there and get the ball to his guard. And that's what led to that foul. Bad foul there by Bartlett, putting Germantown in position to set up cross court and get the ball down for a possession there.
But then those are the kind of opportunities that Germantown really needs if they want to get back into this game. Bartlett is the heavy favorite. Most say they're the more talented team. Germantown's going to need breaks like that if they really want to have a chance in this contest. Williams going to inbound here. Shackelford guarding. Hugh McFarland comes down with the ball, but it's stolen by KJ Neville, and he'll get the easy deuce. It's 18-4.
The freshman Neville having an early impact coming in and getting that immediate steal on the junior guard, and McFarland able to get a bucket there with the easy roll.
Here's the sophomore Ja'Cory Dixon taking it up for Germantown. Three for Hugh McFarland. Wow, that's off. Just barely off, however. Amar Knox comes down with a rebound for Bartlett. Here come the Panthers. Christian Alston going to drive inside and get himself a bucket. It's 20-4.
Bartlett having their will in this game, driving the ball to the basket to get those layups. They've been contested, but Bartlett is just so talented driving the basketball. They've been able to convert most of them.
Germantown trying to get the long ball going, but it's just not happening. Another missed three. Ball goes out of bounds. Germantown down 20-4 early on in this game. Now we're going to send it to our sideline reporter, Brent Lyons. What does he got to say about this? Let's find out right now.
Thank you, Roman. As right now, the game is really a blowout in favor of Bartlett. They are up 20-4 right now, but don't count Germantown out yet, because like we did in the first quarter, Arlington was down 18-2, and they ended up coming back and winning the game. So make sure not to count out Germantown yet, even though it kind of looks like their backs are against the wall early. Back to you guys at the desk.
Williams wants a three for Germantown. Thank you, Brent, to get their next possession rolling, but it's no good. Here comes J.R. Jacobs driving, but completely rejected. Big time play from DJ Allen for Germantown. Ja'Cory Dixon wants a three for the Red Devils. In and out again. And Jacobs has the ball go out of bounds. And now we're gonna tell you about this. AHS Tiger Life's coverage of the District 15 Men's Basketball Championship is brought to you in part by Little Caesars, now serving hot and ready pizzas every day from 4 to 7 p.m. Located right here on Airline Road in Arlington. Get your favorite toppings on your hot and ready pizza to take home for dinner. And Brema Bakes. Do you have an upcoming event and need a cake? Call Brema Bakes. Brema Bakes specializes in custom cakes, cupcakes, edible arrangements, cookies, and many more delectable delights. Find Brema Bakes on all social medias and with the email bremabakes@gmail.com. And Arlington Community Schools, think, create, achieve.
What a shot there by DJ Allen to put points on the board for this Germantown team late in this first quarter. He got involved early inside, and that is something that Germantown has been looking for the whole game.
Jacobs lays it in for Bartlett. It's 22-6 now. Germantown needs to get some more points on the board here in the waning seconds of this first quarter. Here's Medlock. He hasn't scored yet in this game. That changes right here. No, it doesn't.
Medlock looking uncomfortable in this game so far. They need to get him involved and continue to give him the ball so he gets warmed up, because he is the guy that's going to do it here for the Red Devils.
Wow, the easiest steal in his life from J.R. Jacobs. Turnover from Medlock, and number 5 for Bartlett, Christian Alston gets a three. It's 25-6, and that is the end of the first quarter. Complete domination by the best team in District 15, looking to solidify that crown officially with a district championship tonight. We'll be right back here on AHS Tiger Life. All right, we're going to try this again. AHS Tiger Life's coverage of the District 15 Men's Basketball Championship is brought to you in part by Little Caesars, now serving hot and ready pizzas every day from 4 to 7 p.m. Located right here on Airline Road in Arlington. Get your favorite toppings on your hot and ready pizza to take home for dinner. Brimma Bakes. Do you have an upcoming event and need a cake? Call Brimma Bakes. Brimma Bakes specializes in custom cakes, cupcakes, edible arrangements, cookies, and many more delectable delights. You can find Brimma Bakes on all social media platforms and with the email brimmabakes@gmail.com. And by Arlington Community Schools. Think, create, achieve. Bartlett's now got it to start the second quarter. Rashad Williams doing some work inside on DJ Allen, and he does draw the foul. It's going to be the first against Allen, and DJ will sub out of, oh, excuse me, that was actually a turnover.
Yeah, it looked like Williams traveled there. He got a little bit antsy on that spin move to try to get around the defender there down low, but just undisciplined there with the travel.
That was a foul from Allen, but Williams turned the ball over prior to the foul occurring. What a rebound from Ja'Cory Dixon. And Medlock going to turn it over. Bartlett basketball going the other way. Panthers already up by 19 in the opening moments of this game. Christian Alston going to drive in, and the ball did go off of Germantown, so this will stay with Bartlett.
Love watching J.R. Jacobs play. As we mentioned, he is on Team Thad, but he is such a quick guard, able to move down the floor and find the open man in the corners, unable to hit that shot.
Sweet shot from Amar Knox, getting it to roll on in. It's 27-6. Bartlett is not playing around here. They don't want to see what happened to them, what happened to their women team counterpart just a few moments ago. Ja'Cory Dixon keeps the possession alive for Germantown. Medlock driving inside. Dixon with it now. He wants to drive. Ja'Cory driving. Gets it to Anthony Medlock at the corner for three. No good again. Medlock just does not have it tonight so far. And a timeout is called. Dominant start from Bartlett here, Jake. What do you think has been the key to the Panthers' consistent domination thus far?
I mean, you can't give Bartlett all the credit in the world because Germantown cannot buy a shot right now. They have missed absolutely every single open look that they have had so far in this game. But give Bartlett credit as well. They've been able to get out in transition, get some open buckets, but also the driving in by Jacobs and Amar Knox has set up three-point shooters around the wing. So great job there in transition for the Panthers to be able to open up open shooters.
Charvez Ambrose inbounds the ball for Bartlett. Knox going to take it up for the Panthers. The last time we called a Bartlett men's game here on AHS Tiger Life, it was a dunk fest where they just absolutely ran over Arlington, looking to do something similar of that tonight. Rigel Moore wants a three. He's going to get a three. It's 30-6. 6 minutes to go in the first half. What an unbelievable showing. Can Germantown buy a shot right now? Not on this possession. Amar Knox comes up with a steal. Almost got the bucket to go with it as well on the foul. It's going to be the first against Medlock.
If you watch Madlock's body language, he just looks frustrated as all get out right now. He has been put in uncomfortable situations as you've had Amar Knox, who's one of the best defenders in the entire city, up on him in the full court press and also the half court press. It has made him uncomfortable, limiting him to turnovers, and also just his shots have looked uncomfortable as well, not looking confident from the stripe.
Knox is looking very confident from the stripe as he knocks down the first of two free throws that he'll take here. It's 31-6, 6:08 to go here in the first quarter of this District 15 Men's Championship game. If you're just tuning in here on AHS Tiger Life, I'm Roman Cleary. Jake Stoop is calling the action with me. Brent Lyons is on the sideline. Medlock taking it up for Germantown before he gets it off to Dixon. Ja'Cory one-on-one with J.R. Jacobs trying to get past the timeline. He will. And Germantown will now try to set up, try to find some sort of opportunity to get a basket. They need it badly.
Yeah, they've got to find a rhythm right now, and how you're going to do it is continue to give it to your playmakers, but also move the ball. Try to get some ball action, move the ball, get some open buckets, as they did there. As you see, when they moved the ball and got to number 15, Bryson Johnson, the freshman, they can get some open buckets because they're not going to beat them based on talent or one-on-one play.
DJ Allen was actually the one scoring the bucket there for Germantown. It's his first points of the game, if I'm not mistaken. But it is still 32-8, a long way to go for Germantown. There's a foul against the Red Devils right there. So Bartlett will inbound. Charvez Ambrose thought about something aggressive before he kind of backed off. J.R. Jacobs trying to conclude the possession with a three. No good. Anthony Medlock comes down with the rebound. Medlock trying to get his first points of the game. He'll get that and the foul. It's the first against Matthew Stokes.
Germantown returning after that bucket to try to push the pace and get out in transition. And you see there the talent of Madlock able to get into the body of Matthew Stokes when he was in an uncomfortable position, and that's what led to that bucket. Great IQ there by Madlock to be able to get into the body and draw that foul.
When you have a 20-point scorer like Anthony Medlock, it doesn't matter what the score is. He just needs a few minutes to really get going, and Germantown, or Bartlett, excuse me, could really be in trouble. Jacobs trying to not let that happen, though, for the Panthers in this possession. What a beautiful lay-in from J.R. Jacobs. It's 34-11. Germantown trying to hurry up on the other end. DJ Allen driving inside. He'll get a bucket for himself. It's 34-13.
What a shot there by Allen, able to go up. Shot blocked, but what a strong take by Allen to be able to get up there and continue to make the shot.
Regale Moore gets a three. It's 37-13. Rashad Williams getting ready to check in for Bartlett here in just a few moments. A steal from Bartlett, and Germantown has to foul.
This game is hectic right now with both teams trying to attack the basket and get the fouls drawn. And that is what's been working here for this Bartlett team, as they have a 24-point lead over the 2-seeded Red Devils.
Williams checking in for J.R. Jacobs. It's the first foul against Josh Davis of Germantown. And Stokes will now have it for Bartlett before getting it to Ambrose to reset. Chavez gets it to Amar Knox. Screen set for Knox. Amar gonna drive inside. Amar Knox wants a bucket. He's not gonna get it this time around, and DJ Allen comes away with the rebound. Here comes Bartlett, or Germantown rather. Ja'Cory Dixon gets a bucket for the Red Devils. It's 37-15. Still a 22-point game.
Germantown relying on these young guys, lower craftsmen, for these scoring opportunities, as DJ Allen and Jeffries have been able to get on the board. What showing here for Germantown as they are down big to come back with some easy points here.
Bartlett trying to extend the lead once again. Stokes driving inside. You can argue that is an offensive foul, but it's a foul against number 11, A.J. Thomas of Germantown. It's his first foul of the game. Bartlett still up by 22. Foul was on the floor, and Bartlett is in the bonus, so they'll shoot a 1-1. Jacobs getting ready to check back in for the Panthers. And Raekwon Williams will check in for Thomas.
And if you're Bartlett, you've got to wonder when you need to start taking out your starters. I mean, it is a 22-point lead, and at this point, you've got to wonder if they're just trying to pound the lead on them as they continue to attack the basket and play at the pace that they played at since the beginning of the game.
First free throw for Stokes is off. Williams almost came down with the rebound somehow, but it is Germantown that comes away with it. Here's Medlock. He's got it to Dixon. Ja'Cory Dixon drives inside, a steal from Bartlett. Going the other way with it is Amar Knox of the Panthers. Beautiful jelly from Amar Knox. It's 39-15, 3.5 to go in the first half.
What a shot by Knox, able to get involved in every single facet of the game so far, defensively and offensively. His offensive production so far this season,
and
as he averages 18 points a game, has just been so lethal.
Josh Davis got caught walking for Germantown. Bartlett's got it back again, up by 24, 3:26 to go in the first half.
And if you're Germantown, you've got to start implementing more pressure to get this Bartlett team uncomfortable. But, I mean, if I'm Germantown's coach in Sabot, I don't really know what to do, because the more pressure you add, the more they can get out in transition, and that is how they've built this 24-point lead.
Bartlett playing a little bit of hot potato with it right now. Amar Knox has now got it, one-on-one with Josh Davis. And Knox touched the floor himself. Ja'Cory Dixon comes away with the steal for Germantown. He still got it somehow, and he floats it in. 39-17.
Good shot by the sophomore Dixon to get his second bucket in a row. Able to drive the basket on the taller defenders for Bartlett, but still getting it to go. Cut this lead to 22. If Bartlett's going to need, or if Germantown's going to need anybody right now, it's him to keep putting points on the board.
Another steal for Germantown. Dixon's now got it again. Christian Alston getting ready to check in for Bartlett. Here's Davis, guarded by Knox. Josh stuck. He's trapped. And here comes Germantown trying to get something out of this possession. watching, waiting, wondering for their next opportunity. Anthony Medlock for three. Got it. 39-20. This is within 20 points for Germantown. What a shot from Anthony Medlock, and the Red Devils desperately needed that one.
Yeah, look to see that to get him going. He's got 6 early points in this game now as he has gotten going after that and one and that three-point opportunity. Keep getting him the ball.
Medlock passes it up to Josh Davis for Germantown on their next possession. Got fouled, no call. Rigel Moore taking it up, and the game has been stopped. And a travel is called against Bartlett. So Germantown's going to get it back. Down by 19 with 1:53 to go. A big number of substitutions coming in. KJ Neville, Christian Alston, and Matthew Stokes checking in for Bartlett. And now, late in the first half, we're going to see what Brent Lyons, our sideline reporter, has to think about all this. Let's send it to him right here, right now.
Yeah. Well, right now it is still a 19-point game. But as the Red Devils have kind of started to make a comeback, it is without Anthony Medlock. He has not been a big facet of this game. So if the Red Devils and Germantown want to get back in this game, Anthony Medlock is going to have to be a key asset of that. And right now, he is not. So the key to win and key to get back into this game right now is Anthony Medlock, and it's as simple as that. Back to you guys.
Another key for Germantown is perhaps getting the rebound on the first try. Can't allow Bartlett to continue getting offensive boards, crashing the glass. You're never going to get anywhere like that. Germantown turns it over right there. Bartlett's now got it. J.R. Jacobs taking it up for the Panthers, up by 19 with 1:01 to go in the first half. Jacobs passes it. 3-ball for Bartlett. Off. And Stokes somehow got the rebound himself. A foul was called on the floor. Looks like this was going to go against Josh Davis. That's a second foul.
And Germantown sticking with this man-to-man, which leaves one guy to box out one guy on the defensive rebounding battle. And so far, the last couple minutes at least, they've been able to control the board battle and shut down Matthew Stokes, even though they are completely undersized. Props to DJ Allen, the 6'5 sophomore, who's been able to get involved and dictate this rebounding battle the last couple minutes.
Jack Shackelford checks in for Charvez Ambrose as Matthew Stokes gets ready to shoot 2 more here at the free throw line. First one for Stokes is good. So he'll get a second opportunity.
And even though Stokes has been quiet in this game, you can just see how his presence has impacted this game. As we said, he is 6'9". He's so tall, so long, and so lean. He's able to get those rebounds simply at ease as Bartlett puts back this pressure because Germantown has gone on a little scoring run of themselves.
Stokes only a 63% free throw shooter, but he knocks both of them down right there. It's 41-20. Germantown trying to decrease the deficit just a little bit more before the halftime break. Not going to happen on this possession. It's stolen by Bartlett once again. Here comes J.R. Jacobs floating it up, but not in. Shackelford fighting for the rebound with Hugh McFarland. Jump ball, and the possession arrow does favor the Red Devils, so this is going to be Germantown basketball with a little under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Good switch there by the Bartlett coach to add in Shackelford to try to control this rebounding battle even more. He is a 6'7" playmaker on the offensive and defensive side. Good move there to try to control the rebounds as we end this first half.
Here is Anthony Medlock with the clock ticking down. Late in the first half, we're under 15. Medlock, ball's up in the air. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Matthew Stokes of Bartlett. Panthers trying to get another bucket before the half. No. Shackelford puts back up. No. And no points. At that end of the little first half run, the lead is Bartlett 41, Germantown 20. We'll be right back with the halftime festivities after this. You are watching the District 15 Men's Basketball Championship.
Arlington High School. As one of the premier high schools in the state of Tennessee, Arlington High School is proud to be a place for everyone. Whether it be an academic focus with more than 60 honors, AP, and dual enrollment courses, an exploration into the outstanding career and technology programs, becoming a playmaker in a top competitive sports program, or excelling in the second-to-none PAVE Fine Arts Academy. Learn more about Arlington High School at www.acsk-12.org.
We are back here on AHS Tiger Life. Halftime just getting underway here, and now we're going to take a look at some of those highlights from the first half. First off with Germantown.
Yeah, what a take there by Hodges. I believe that was the first bucket of the game. One of the only plays where they've been able to get a rebound and then put it back up. That was a crucial play there for the Red Devils.
DJ Allen was a standout player for the Red Devils in that first half. He got a few buckets. Anthony Medlock was a non-factor for most of the first half, but he did get going a little bit, as you can see right there with that and one. But take a look, DJ Allen. Bartlett was having a lot of trouble with him and Ja'Cory Dixon inside during that first half.
Yeah, Medlock was still the leading scorer in that first half, just not accustomed to what we've been seeing from him as he put up 14 less points than he's averaging on the season. Look for him to get involved in the second half.
But make no mistake about it, the dominant team in this game has been the team that we expected to be, and that was the Bartlett Panthers. They're up by 21 at half.
Yeah, they've been able to get involved on the defensive side, which has opened up so many shots. They have established that they can drive the ball, but then as you drive the ball, the defense tend to crouch inside, opening up three-point opportunities for so many guys like Ambrose, Crockett, Moore, and even guys like Jack Shackelford and J.R. Jacobs. Like, everybody's getting involved for this Bartlett team. They have nobody that's completely standing out.
Yeah, I think that's been a big thing for Bartlett. As you can see, as Coach Reel said in the interview we're going to see in a few minutes, this team has been all about sacrificing for one another, understanding the roles. It's about the team winning first before anything else, and I think that philosophy is really showing off here in this game thus far.
Oh, for sure, and you've seen everybody get involved. Everybody's sacrificing even some shots that they could take to get shots that better the team.
And now we're going to take a look at our coaches' interviews for this men's game. First off with Coach Rob Sabot of Germantown.
Our success, we've been getting better every day since the start of the season. You know, they didn't have a season last year. This is my first year, so new coaching staff. They've worked hard, and the goal was to get better every day so that we're playing well at the end of the season come playoff time, and I feel like we're doing that. The thing that brought us together was I think a loss at Southwind early in this semester. We led the whole game, lost at the buzzer, essentially. And I think they responded really well to that. That made them, that woke them up and got them to dedicate a little more to what we're trying to accomplish. They're a tight-knit group. They'll get after each other in practice. They'll get a little irritated with each other when they're losing one side or the other, but when it comes time to play on Tuesday or Friday, they're very close. They're very resilient, and they've really taken to what we've tried to. They've taken to what we're trying to get them to do, and the work ethic we're trying to instill. They're really attempting to do it. You know, like I said, this was a group of guys outside of Anthony that did not play basketball last year in a high school team, and then out of the kids on the team, I think maybe half of them were even in the program 2 years ago. So we've meshed together so many different people. We had a brief summer, but 3 or 4 of these guys didn't play this summer or more, maybe as many as 5 of them that are on the varsity now. And so there's so many of them that improved. I'd say the whole team improved greatly. So obviously you're district champs, and that's got to be your goal, so that would be huge. But I think it would be good for the kids, good for the school. Again, they didn't have a season last year. I keep saying that, but I can't tell you how big that was, how big of a factor that was in these kids, not just basketball life, their life in general. So to go from not having a season to playing in a district that half of the district did have a season last year, and a lot of them returned like a Bartlett, a good many of their players, and have the success we had and maybe pull this game off tomorrow night, that would be really special for these kids.
All right, we have less than 5 minutes to go until the halftime break is over. Let's now go to Coach Dion Reel of Bartlett.
We've had our lumps. You know, the record shows, hey man, we've been doing pretty good. But within that, one thing we talk about is just make sure we're getting better every day. And there's been some days where we haven't improved, so, you know. We went to Florida over Christmas. We lost a game at the buzzer, and I felt like that. We had a few meetings that night. We had some, it was a rough moment, but it was a good time to kind of, hey, bring us a little bit closer together. It's nothing like adversity. I guess it goes back to the first thing I said. Every single day we're just trying to get better, no matter it's first game of the year or district championship. And that's just been kind of our mentality, just make sure we're pushing each other. Keep getting better. This is a sport. Don't let this define who you are. Win or lose tomorrow night, still be the same person on Wednesday. Next week, we win, great, we lose, still be the same person. So that's the biggest thing is relish the moment, be excited about the moment, but don't let these next few weeks make who you are. It starts at home, I think, and the first thing we talk about to all our players and parents is, we want good people here. And it starts with them just being good people. So I tip my hat off to our parents. And then it's just, sacrifice. And they're learning that everything's not always going to be about them. But also, it is important that they continue to get better. So these next few weeks could set your life up. And I say set your life up from the standpoint of whether it's a big success and everybody comes to you, that how can you handle that? Or if it's a big failure, we lose tomorrow night, everybody's going, oh wow, how'd they lose? We lose next Saturday, oh wow, because expectations are there. But don't let them define who you are.
The second half is coming up in just a few minutes. We'll be right back here on AHS Tiger Life. T-minus 2 minutes until the second half of the men's basketball championship is underway. But first, let's check out some of these halftime stats we've got for you here. 41-20 is your score. Bartlett up by 21. Rebounds, the battle there is actually pretty close. Bartlett's leading that 15-12. Bartlett leads in the assist category 5-2, and they're leading in the steals category 6-4.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that Bartlett has only had 6 steals. They've been able to get out in transition so much, but a lot of the reason they've been able to get transition baskets is the rebounding battle. When you have 15 rebounds in one half, especially when we play 8 minutes a quarter, that is huge, and that is vital if you want to have success at this level, is winning the rebounding battle. And having guys like Stokes and Ambrose down low, who are really tall guys, has really helped them out.
The mega athleticism, the big, huge amount of depth, those have been big factors in why Bartlett is winning by as much as they're winning by. And now, before we get into this second half of play, we're going to send it to our sideline reporter, Brent Lyons. What has he got for us before this second half begins?
Well, guys, it's been the Amar Knox show again here tonight. He has been out and in transition a lot, as he has had lots of flashy plays and done a great job giving Bartlett this 21-point lead at halftime. I said it before and I'll say it again. If Germantown wants the chance to win this game, it is going to have to be Anthony Medlock getting into this game. He started getting into it towards the end, but hasn't really been a big key part of this game, as Bartlett's defense has been stifling on him, and they have not allowed him to get any shots up, or any good shots at least. So Bartlett just needs to keep doing what they're doing. Right now they have it in the bag. If Germantown wants a chance, it's still going to come down to Anthony Medlock. Back to you guys.
Brent, I could not agree more. No matter what kind of fundamentals you want to go to, what kind of stats you want to reference, at the end of the day, if you want to win games like this, your best players have to be involved. Let's see what Bartlett can do that here with Rijale Moore on this upcoming possession. He misses a 3. Hugh McFarland now going to take it up for Germantown. First possession for the Red Devils in this second half. Not a good one. Matthew Stokes with the block and the rebound, the 16th rebound for Bartlett in this game.
And the paint presence for this Bartlett team has dictated how this game has flowed so far. Just able to do so much on the defensive rebounding battle.
And a 3 from Rijale Moore goes right on in. It's 44-20. Bartlett gets on the board first in the second half to go up by 24.
And again, that last bucket by Moore is just another one of those examples of Knox driving to the basket, as you see there, but then kicking out to the open three-point shooter. As you've established, driving into the paint, you open up so many three-point opportunities, as Bartlett has exposed for this Germantown defense.
That was a nice drive from Knox. He gets the first foul of the game from Raekwon Williams. He's going to have to stay in there if Germantown wants a chance to even come remotely close to coming back. Bartlett up by 24. Knox going to drive inside. He wants a bucket. He's not going to get a bucket. And they got a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Germantown, and the Red Devils will get it back.
And Bartlett electing not to move the ball as they did so well in the first half, but give it to Knox twice in a row on isolation plays, just trying to get him involved and get him to go downhill and crash the paint.
Williams tries to drive, but no good. J.R. Jacobs going the other way for the Panthers. He lays it in for two. It's 46-20, a 26-point lead for Bartlett. Medlock trying to get Germantown across the timeline. Hugh McFarland crosses it for the Red Devils. He's guarded by the bigger man in Charvez Ambrose. A potential mismatch here for Germantown. They got to take advantage of it. No ball movement happening for Germantown. Bartlett's on lockdown. They finally get it to Caleb Jeffries. Jeffries one-on-one with J.R. Jacobs. Gets it to Raekwon Williams, guarded by Knox. Bartlett keeping Germantown stuck in the corner, but it pays off that time. Germantown does get a three to go down with Caleb Jeffries. It's 46-23. Moore steps up, mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Hugh McFarland. McFarland taking it the other way for the Red Devils, going on a little run of his own perhaps. Hugh stepping up, trying to get through the pressure. He gets it to Medlock. Medlock makes the extra pass. Jeffries wanted the three, didn't get it. He takes a mid-range instead and puts it in. Caleb Jeffries from mid-range. It's 46-25.
Jeffries, the freshman, able to get 5 points in a row off open shots, but both shots have been shot creation by him using his feet and his ball handling. What a shot by Jeffries. He is a promising freshman, as we've seen so far in this game.
Can Bartlett calm it down like they have before? Can they keep their composure? A deep three for Knox. It's not going to go in. And DJ Allen comes away with the rebound for Germantown. Williams, the Oregon football commit, driving it up. Anthony Medlock for three. In and out. Rebounded by J.R. Jacobs.
And if you're Coach Real, you need to change the offensive play calling here for Bartlett. As you've seen, J.R. Jacobs is effective driving the ball, but Amar Knox, on the other hand, has taken three ill-advised shots that have led to turnovers and rebounds for Germantown at the other end. You've got to limit his bad shot selection so far.
Great job to recover the bucket there from Hugh McFarland. It's 48-27. Christian Alston getting ready to check in for Bartlett here in just a moment. And while Jake Bartlett is still mostly in control of this game, Germantown has shown a little bit of fight here to start off the second half.
Yes, they have. They've come out and scored more points than Bartlett. On the other hand, they have come out and used their guys like freshman Caleb Jeffries, who he has had the matchup on Knox and Jacobs, but he has been able to take control of that matchup so far. Let's get him more involved.
And now we're going to take you to our player making a difference here, and it's J.R. Jacobs of Bartlett. We knew it was going to be either him or Amar Knox, and tonight it has been J.R. Jacobs tonight for Bartlett.
Yeah, J.R. Jacobs has been involved in every asset of the game so far. Driving, dishing, shooting, getting steals on the defensive end. I mean, this guy has been controlling the pace in this game for Bartlett.
Let's see if KJ Neville can control the pace a little bit for Bartlett as he takes it up for the Panthers. Neville drives inside. One-on-one with McFarland. What a drive. What a finish. It's 50-27.
The freshman showing out for both teams with Jeffries and Neville coming in and having an immediate impact for both sides. Good to see them both take advantage of what has been ill-advised shot selection for everybody else on their team so far.
Drive inside from Raekwon Williams does draw the foul off of Christian Alston. Believe that's his first foul. It is the first against Alston. It was a shooting foul, so Raekwon Williams will shoot two from the line here.
And Raekwon Williams, the senior, has had an impact on this game. He's had a quiet day so far, but the things that he does are what you call intangibles. He's been able to get involved in things that don't even show up on the stat sheet with, I mean, even some fighting for rebounds and just steals and turnovers. I mean, this guy just creates a presence on the defensive end that is hard to go against.
Williams only a 57% free throw shooter, misses both that time. So it's still 50-27, a 23-point lead for the Bartlett Panthers, trying to secure the men's District 15 championship after missing out on the women's title earlier on. Shackelford airballs a three, but Alston comes away with a rebound, tipped up into the air. Neville comes away with it for Bartlett. Ball still up, and they got a foul, I believe, against DJ Allen.
And good intensity and good physical play there by Neville down low to be able to secure that rebound, but puts the ball on the floor, and that's what leads to that going out of bounds. He was fortunate there to come away with the ball out of the out-of-bounds play.
Here is Williams, guarded by Allen, who just committed his first foul of the game. Bartlett going from left to right on your screen. Germantown going from right to left. Here's Neville, guarded by Williams. Gets it to Alston, who's been waiting to make his presence felt in this game thus far.
And Bartlett already slowing down the pace as we near close to the end of this third quarter. They're slowing down the pace to get better shot selection as well as run down this clock as they have this 23-point lead.
Neville bricked the three, but Alston gets the offensive rebound, and the offensive persistence on the glass finally pays off, and one for Jack Shackelford.
Yeah, he comes in and he has immediate impact. He's more known as a shooter, but there he's able to secure the offensive rebound and get the and one bucket. What a shot there by Shackelford.
Believe the foul went against Caleb Jeffries of Germantown, and Shackelford knocks down the free throw. It's 53-27, a 26-point lead for Bartlett.
And Bartlett just has another one of these guys in Shackelford that can come in. He is a young presence, which shows the promising future of this team, but he's been able to get involved with that and one and the converted free throw.
Jeffries trying to cross the timeline for Germantown, guarded by number 2 on Bartlett, KJ Neville. Medlock 5-on-5, him against Alston. No good along the baseline for Medlock. Rashad Williams fighting to stay alive on the rebound, and he traveled.
And Medlock, again, gets an open look, a clean look, just unable to convert. It looks like the rims have not liked him so far in this game. He's just looked uncomfortable. He's gotten off his shot, just hasn't been able to convert very much.
A.J. Thomas going to inbound for Germantown. The freshman Jeffries trying to get a little bit more going. He's been an impact player in this game for the Germantown Red Devils. Medlock trying to drive inside, one-on-one with Alston. It is blocked, but he got fouled. Another foul for Anthony Medlock drawn. This one is against Christian Alston. It's his second foul of the game, and Alston will have to check out. In for him, I believe, comes Quaylen Hampton, the freshman.
And with this shot selection, you can just see the body language of this Germantown team. They aren't trying to run around and get the open shot anymore. It looks like they're trying to get the ball to Medlock's hands and look to see him go one-on-one. But great defensive presence there by number 5, Christian Alston.
Excuse me, Alston is going to stay in the game with his 2 fouls. And Germantown did go 1 of 2 at the line, so it's 53-28. Here's Neville driving inside. He gets the bucket. A.J. Neville, another one for him. It's 55-28.
Neville's got 6 of these points, and he has had pretty open looks around the paint. They've got to find out a way to shut him down.
Medlock has to make this 3, and he won't. Rebound from K.J. Neville. A jump ball. The possession arrow does favor Bartlett. The Panthers get this one back.
Yeah, good hustle there on the interior by the Panthers. Even though they're up 27 in this game, they are still staying active and intense on the rebounding battle, prohibiting Germantown from trying to come back in this game.
Hampton and Shackelford stuck behind the time up, but they get it to Alston. Christian driving, he gets it to KJ Neville. Bartlett moving it around. Here's the freshman Hampton. Alston drives inside, he got caught traveling. A turnover for Bartlett. It's Germantown basketball.
Picked up his pivot foot there, trying to make too quick of a move, but number 5, Alston, the sophomore, just has an unfortunate turnover there for the Panthers, which gives Germantown back this ball with 2:20 left in this third quarter.
Here is A.J. Thomas with a quick burst of speed driving. Wide open through for McFarland. It's off. Rashad Williams comes away with the rebound, and he gets the foul. It's the second against D.J. Allen.
And if you are a Red Devil fan, looking back at this game, you're going to have to look for so many missed opportunities from the three-point line. And that is a reason that this lead is as big as it is, because they've been unable to convert on these easier opportunities that they've had from the three-point line.
J.R. Jacobs is back in the game for Bartlett along with Amar Knox. The Panthers are perhaps looking to put the finishing touches on this one as we send it to Brent Lyons on the sideline, see what he thinks about all this.
Thank you, guys. And yes, a bright spot to look for in this Germantown team, even in the midst of a blowout loss, is the freshman number 2, Jeffries. He has done a great job of kind of facilitating this offense, so he will have a bright future with the Red Devils. Another thing to look at is the Bartlett Panthers, as you can always look for remedies in your game, even when you're up by this much. They've had lots of easy misses on the glass, lots of offensive rebounds, but still lots of easy shots that they could have made. So remedying that for the state tournament is going to be very important and a key to their success. Back to you guys.
It's a 30-point game now as J.R. Jacobs made it rain from downtown, 58-28. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Jake, I think it's safe to say that Bartlett's going to be your district champions here. What a season it's been for them. What a great game they've played here tonight.
I mean, you can't count anything out just yet as you see him almost get the bucket there, but the confidence that Bartlett is playing with right now is unmatched when you're looking at the Red Devils. That is a key sign that even Germantown might think this game is all about over.
What a rebound from Stokes, one-handed, and he draws the foul.
As I said again, the body language of this Germantown team is just showing that they are defeated right now. Almost all of them are over talking to their coach right now, just hands on their hips, looking very defeated at the moment, but look for them to show some fight as they have about 8 minutes left of district play as they move into the state tournament.
Matthew Stokes, 63% free throw shooter, as we mentioned earlier on. He does get the first one to go down there. It's 59-28. Biggest lead of the game for Bartlett at 31.
And if you're a fan just looking on to this game, you might wonder how Bartlett has just toyed around with these teams in the district. I mean, Germantown barely even got into this game. They beat Houston 59-55, and they were down for almost the entire game. So Germantown is barely even in this game, and Bartlett is showing them that they do not deserve to be here when you're comparing it to the Panthers.
Jeffries driving inside for Germantown. It's off, rebound from J.R. Jacobs. Bartlett trying to assert their dominance even more. Three from Ambrose, in and out, rebounded by Jafori Dixon. Thomas up for the Red Devils, and it's a foul. They got Jacobs with that foul. It's his first.
Bartlett looking to surpass their season points per game projection. They average 73 points a game, but right now they have 60. And on Germantown's side of the ball, they usually allow 58. Now they are already past that projection as Bartlett is commanding Germantown and putting them in uncomfortable situations that they have not been in all year.
Dion Reel was very complimentary of this district, of this league, in the interview that he gave to our producer Blake Beveridge earlier on this week. But I think he was being quite modest, at least compared to the team that he has here in Bartlett. A dominant showing that the Panthers are putting on tonight. They've been dominant all year long throughout this league. But at the same time, you have to credit Reel for having that kind of mentality, because I think that's partially what leads to blowout victories like this for the Bartlett Panthers. Amar Knox one-on-one with A.J. Thomas. Knox trying to get a few more points before his night is over. Amar drives inside, got fouled. Every single time now, Amar Knox or J.R. Jacobs falls to the floor. It's a scary moment for a Panther fan. You do not want them getting banged up in any sort of way late in the game in a blowout victory like this.
Yeah, they should probably preserve them for later this week when they play in the state tournament. But, I mean, it's the district championship. You might as well just let them play as much as they want as they continue to command this game. I mean, Bartlett beat this team by an average of 19 points 2 times in the season, but this game they are beating them by 32 points. They are just commanding this game right now. They have a commanding lead at the moment, asserting their dominance, and they're letting the Red Devils know about it.
Knox misses his second free throw off the front iron. It's 61-29 as the final seconds of this third quarter wane on. Steal from Bartlett. Ambrose driving. Gets it to Jacobs for three to beat the buzzer. Yes, he's got it. J.R. Jacobs at 64-29. The player making a difference, making a huge difference right there, beating the buzzer for three. We'll be right back here on AHS Tiger Life. The fourth quarter is next.
You know, a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you don't want to look back. But I beg to differ. I can't lie and say it was easy. I looked at everything in a different light. I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
All right, we are back here for the fourth quarter of the TSSAA 4A District 15 Men's Basketball Championship, live here on AHS Tiger Life between the Bartlett Panthers and the Germantown Red Devils. I'm Roman Cleary. Jake Scoop calling the action with me. Brent Lyons is on the sideline. Bartlett, they pretty much have this one wrapped up, just looking to get through this final quarter. Let's see what kind of showing Germantown can put out here as the final few minutes of their district play carries on. A three from Caleb Jeffries started out at 64-32.
He's been one of the sole bright spots for this Red Devils team in the second half, having 8 points, some of their only points so far in the second half. Look to get him involved. Look to see if he can have a good showing this last part of district play.
Lob for Knox again. J.R. Jacobs, Amar Knox, the dynamic duo. 66-32.
Bartlett just rubbing it in right now with that lob pass to Amar Knox, just again asserting their dominance in this game, having a little fun with it as well.
Bouncy Bartlett taking it the other way. Ambrose passing it around. Jacobs driving inside. Amar Knox back to Ambrose for three. No good, but an offensive rebound from J.R. Jacobs. Jacobs inside to Rashad Williams. It's 68-32.
What a pass by Jacobs right there, able to wrap around the big defender in Hodges and give it to the sophomore Williams. What a play.
Showtime maybe? Not quite, but Knox does draw the foul off the steal. Believe it's going to be a foul against Medlock.
Love that Knox is just having fun right now. His character and his personality is definitely reflecting how this Bartlett team is feeling right now as they have this comfortable 36-point lead as they head into 6 minutes left in this fourth quarter. It looks like they're going to bring in the subs now.
Yeah, there is a running clock going on right now. That's how lopsided this score has gotten. And I know there's Chandler Jackson over at Christian Brothers, but Amar Knox definitely has an argument as the best player in the city of Memphis, as he looks to go 1 of 2 here at this trip on the free throw line. He won't do that. He goes 0 of 2. Shackelford drops the board, and I think this is going to be Germantown basketball. Knox will now check in for what I assume is the final time. KJ Neville coming in.
Yeah, Bartlett resorting to their subs, which means this game is all about over. Bringing in the freshman, number 24, Elliott Driver, who actually played at Elmore Park, coming in, seeing if he can do something on the big man and Christian Hodges for the Germantown Red Devils.
Here is Neville, getting it to Jack Shackelford for three. And ball goes out of bounds. And Germantown will take it back after that possession. Here are the Red Devils. Here is Jeffries. Caleb drives inside. Now to Davis. Resetting it for Germantown. KJ Neville guarding him at the top of the key. Here's Hodges driving inside. He got the basket. No foul. All right, that's going to take us to the TSSAA. The TSSAA is a non-profit organization that serves Tennessee high school athletic programs and their student athletes. For more information, visit TSSAA.org.
And thank you for giving us the rights to this game. We really appreciate it. This has been a blast, I'm sure, for me, Roman, and Brent especially, able to call the action for these games. The Arlington Bartlett girls game was one that we're going to remember for a long time. What a matchup there we got to see.
Unfortunately, this one will not be quite as memorable, but Ja'Cory Dixon does get a breakaway bucket for himself right there, perhaps a memorable moment for him. 68-34 with under 4 to go in this game. Popped up into the air and stolen by Anthony Medlock. Medlock taking it the other way on the drive. It's going to be a foul against Jack Shackelford.
And Madlock is a guy, he is only a junior in high school right now, but he's a guy that plays for Team Thad. He has been a really, really good player as he's grown up throughout his high school career, but even against this Bartlett team, you can see the impact that they're having on him. They have made him uncomfortable all night, forcing him into tough shots and sometimes not even letting him get shots off. Tough game for Madlock. Tough to see him go out after this free throw, but overall, good showing this season when it comes to district play.
Medlock goes 1 of 2 on that trip to the free throw line, 68-35. Christian Alston wants a 3. He's going to get a 3. Switch, 71-35. 3:07 to go in this game, and a timeout is called.
I mean, if you're the Red Devils, what can you really do at this point?
All right, now we're going to show you some of the highlights here from this second half. And while they don't have a lot, Germantown does have some here.
Yeah, good take by Madlock, who, as we talked about, has had a really uncomfortable night. But as we saw there, Knox able to get involved on the glass in a way that you wouldn't really see when you talk about getting on the glass. But what a dunk right there from the lob from Jacobs. Just that connection that they've had, both of them being seniors and playing here for Bartlett for a long time, has really just had an impact on this lead, just the chemistry that they have there in the backcourt.
This is the second straight game I've gotten to call a lob from Lamar Knox, and I have to say it's quite an enjoyable experience as a broadcaster. Bartlett taking it up now with their subs in for the most part now, but they're still fighting hard on the grass. Coach Dion Reel never letting him give up till the very last play, no matter how many points they're up by. Deep 3, it's good for Tyler Mosley. What a shot, what a take, what a make, 74-35. They're just pouring it on right now.
And I mean, just another one of those underclassmen who is actually a freshman. I mean, the promising talent from this Bartlett squad is showing out at the moment right now. These guys that are out here for Germantown have played almost the entire game, but Bartlett still having their will when it comes to shooting the basketball.
That was a nice move from Josh Davis, moving inside, 73-37. Bartlett takes it up. It's a steal from Germantown. Red Devils going the other way, trying to get at least a few more points before this one is over. Dixon fakes, takes a 3, got it. Jacory Dixon from downtown. It's 74-40.
Yeah, what a shot by Dixon, able to pass fake the defender right there, and 14, the freshman, and then open up that three-point ball. What a move by him. He's played really well this game. He's been one of the few bright spots for this team.
Mosley almost had another 3, but it went in and out. Bartlett gets the offensive board and puts it back up. Bryson Johnson will shoot 2 free throws at the line.
And this is a running clock. And if you're the Panthers, this is all you want. I mean, being a team by almost double what they beat them during the season, this is definitely showcasing the Panthers' talent that they have right here this year.
The running clock does continue to go on as Johnson misses the first of 2 free throws. It's been quite an ugly showing for the free throw line from both teams. I know we've kind of missed that aspect because of the lopsidedness of this game, but neither team has really shot well from the line tonight.
And if you're Bartlett going into the state tournament, I know that right now they are 3rd in the state of Tennessee. Going into this tournament, this is totally a win that you want. Having a commanding lead throughout the entire game, just being able to impose your will throughout the whole game, that's got to be encouraging for Coach Reel as you go into the state tournament.
Oh my goodness, the hustle from Dixon, and he still didn't get a bucket there. And a steal from Bartlett almost, but it does go out of bounds. Clock does stop. 23 seconds left, subs coming in for Germantown. Tyler Pattison and Ratavian Robinson are checking in for Germantown. 23 seconds to go before Bartlett officially takes the crown. Deep 3, no good. Rebounded by Germantown. A foul on the floor is called.
And Roman, this is a game that I'm extremely honored to commentate with you, as I believe this will be your last basketball game of your senior career at least. This is something that is really special to you, and I know that. So congratulations on your illustrious career as a commentator for AHS Tiger Life.
Well, I am a commentator for AHS Tiger Life, and in saying that tonight's game is brought to you by AHS Tiger Life, the official media publication of Arlington High School. Head to ahstigerlife.com right now to see various student-produced projects, such as video.com. That is the end of the game. Bartlett wins the district title 75-40, and here are some of the highlights from this monster performance from the Panthers that we saw tonight.
And if you want to look at anybody, you've got to point at J.R. Jacobs in this game, but really there was no guy that kept them from having this lead for Bartlett. Everybody was able to get involved. We saw everything we want to see, whether it was threes, steals, even some blocks and some dunks. Like, this Bartlett team is complete, and as you're going into the state tournament, as I've said, you've got to watch out for this Panther team, led by two seniors in Knox and Jacobs.
What an epic performance it was for Bartlett, a confidence-boosting win that they desperately needed heading into the state tournament that they have ahead of them. Bartlett is now 3-2 in their past 5 district final. They've lost 2 and now they've won 3. So a huge accomplishment for Coach Dion Reel to not only get his team to the district final 5 years in a row, to win 3 of them, I think is even more incredible. And from what I understand, we have Brent Lyons on the court right now, getting ready to get an interview in just a moment. We're going to send it to him whenever we can.
But yeah, I mean, as you look in this game, great coaching by Reel, able to just get his team in position to win this game as we go to him right now.
All right, we're going to send it to Brent Lyons right now with Coach Dion Reel.
Well, congratulations, Coach Reels, on an incredible tournament so far and an incredible regular season, and good luck to you in the state tournament. But I want to ask you, what is the emotion that you have for your team, knowing that you've accomplished so much so far this season, but you still have so much to go? But what is the emotion that you have after accomplishing so much, I guess?
I'm very proud of them, very proud of our guys. Whether, I guess, expectations, I think we're meeting our expectations. So I'm very, very proud of them and happy.
And then how do you applaud your team during a mental battle where they kind of knew early on that they kind of had it in the bag, but they still fought tough, they still gave it their all, and they still kept their foot on the gas the entire time? So how do you applaud them during this mental battle?
We've played a lot of games this season. And what we talk about is that we've been through this process before. So just the experience of going through it once before.
And then my final question is, how do you celebrate a win like this, getting ready to go to state? How do you celebrate with your guys, knowing that this is such a big accomplishment?
Hi, we're going to celebrate big time with it. We're excited about it. I think this is a pretty good district, so we're excited about it, and we're going to celebrate.
Well, congratulations, Coach Shields, and good luck to you in the state playoffs.
What a moment for Coach Dion Reel. He's now got his 3rd district championship as head coach of Bartlett. We'll now show you some of our district awards.
Raekwon Williams of Germantown. Carl Burrows, Arlington. Charvez Ambrose, Bartlett. Regal Moore, Bartlett. And Phil Dodson, Collierville. In the District 4A first team, Houston, Brock Weiss. Southwind, Chris Martin. Cordova, KJ Tenner. Germantown, Anthony Medlock. And from Bartlett, J.R. Jacobs. In the District 15 4A, most valuable player, Amar Knox, Bartlett. In the District 15 4A, Coach of the Year, Dion Reel. And now for your District 15 4A All-Tournament team. From Houston, Brock Weiss. From Collierville, Phil Dotson and Chris Sims. From Germantown, Ja'Cory Dixon and Anthony Medlock. From Bartlett, Christian Alston. From Bartlett, Matthew Stokes. And your District 15 4A MVP, J.R. Jacobs. At this time, we'd like to do our team awards. The District 15 4A runner-up, the Germantown Red Devils. And your District 15 4A tournament champions, the Bartlett Panthers. About one more big round of applause for both teams and all of our players tonight.
All right, what a fitting ending. Amar Knox wins the regular season MVP. J.R. Jacobs winning the tournament MVP. What a phenomenal season for Bartlett. They are the district champions. Let's take a look at some of our final stats here that we have for you. The final score was Bartlett 75, Germantown 40. Bartlett won the rebounding battle 22-14. They won the assist battle 8-3, and they won the steals battle 9-4. Just a lopsided victory tonight and a championship clinching victory for Bartlett.
Yeah, they just outmatched them in every single stat category that you can find, and those rebounds really helped them get transition baskets, and that's what led to this 35-point win for Bartlett.
Let's take a look at some of our upcoming live streams. Basketball season is now over, which means softball is coming up soon. Baseball is coming up very soon. We are excited for all of it right here on AHS Tiger Life, and you never know, we may be expanding into other things that we have yet to announce in the future. You never know. We are quite a dynamic media organization, but that's going to do it here tonight for this TSSAA District 15 Championship right here on AHS Tiger Life, along with the rest of the AHS Tiger Life crew, Brent Lyons and Jake Stoop. This is Roman Cleary signing out. Good night, everybody.